And now for a stream where we're not torturing Sluggu. I know, now everybody's gonna leave.
Spoiler alert.
Oh no. I'm gonna be torturing Sluggu in all different ways, I promise.
From what I hear, there may be fan art torturing Slug tonight. I do not know.
That's always a great thing to start on. Like, we're gonna torture that guy. We're gonna do it.
It's gonna be just a little friendly torturing. It's gonna be like these torture, but you know, it's just like tickling, like aggressive tickling.
We were playing Pal World earlier, and I casually just went, and he still went. Like,
he's gonna be jumpy for a while.
You can have his ass rattled.
You can have a little waterboarding as a treat.
Oh God!
Jesus Christ!
Head of the CIA being like,
this is gonna be a good, really fucking. Oh man, I cannot wait.
Yeah, it's gonna be a really good stream for you.
Yeah, I get to sit back and watch.
Why are you even gonna be here? Just let me do
that's
the
a
whole
good
stream.
question. Maybe I should just leave. Like, hold on.
Oh wait, no, you make the dialogue go. Never mind, you can't do that. Yeah, there we go. All right, it's all me now. The second moment ever where people get to see the goddamn super detailed painting on my arm that is always hidden by Daniel Bandicoot and his Dan Dussy. Although now if I get to say whatever the fuck I want to. Hold on a second. Let me just bring up my instructional guide on how to say the N-word and get away with it.
Stop! You have violated my mother.
Ain't nobody touched that shit.
Wow, she's a wonderful lady. How dare you?
Mine isn't.
I didn't say your mother, I said my mother.
Nothing was more weird than being like, my mother has kidney failure, and then having an entire Discord chat erupt into cheers, and then have someone play Ding Dong the Witch is Dead in real time.
That was...
And like, I had to sit, because like I hyped it up beforehand. I leaned over to Marcus, I was like, hey, you want to see something real fucked up? Check this out. And then I said it, and like people started cheering and were genuinely excited to hear that. And then someone played Ding Dong the Witch is Dead. And then I was like, no, I'm not kidding. And then they were like, oh God. And then someone doubled down. It was fucking funny.
It was a moment. Your mother has earned her reputation.
Yeah, you do not typically get the reputation of being a heartless, conniving bitch without being a heartless, conniving bitch. It's hard. It's one of those things that's difficult to like.
It's hard to fabricate something like that.
Yeah, you can't just pretend. So once again, we're going to be experiencing Apollo Justice, master of not his own fate, because literally everybody else has more agency in his life than he does.
So anyway, we're gonna be. So Apollo's not going to be appearing for the next couple hours.
Oh no!
Wait, hold on.
What
No,
a
that's...
shame!
Wait, hold on. Wait. What the? No.
Showdown time.
No. Hold on. The stream couldn't see it. So hold on. I had to close the game before it did the automatic cutscene. And then... Oh, why is it doing this? Why now? Why now?
Good thing I always have this on standby.
Ah, that's why.
Hamster.
Okay, I understand what happened now. Okay.
Do you? Do share. Also,
wait, let me just
screen share.
Okay, I understand now. I was trying to do something cool and fancy with the welcome screen. Okay, I'm gonna have to correct that after stream. So, God, it is not a BFG stream if we don't open with something going wrong. All right, here we go. Back to the courtroom. Can you see okay?
Yes.
All right, let's do this.
Showdown time. I lost. It's only a game of poker. A game I played for a long time and only lost twice. Who was the first? The man I killed, of course. Well, it seems I've found the partner I've been looking for all along. Over a game of cards? Why, yes, over a game of cards. That's how we first met. 7 years ago. "7 years earlier, Phoenix Wright's final trial." Welcome to Ice Wolf talks in your ear for 3 hours. I hope you're excited.
This takes me back.
Whew, okay. It's been a long time since I felt like such a rookie.
This is the first time this song is ever played on this channel. We never played the first game. This is from the very first one. Jeez.
Gotta try and relax. Good morning, Mr. Enigmar.
I'll do him.
Oh, good. Wow, you gonna actually put in some effort? Okay.
Little
nice.
bit. I'm sorry to have sprung this on you so suddenly.
Now, received the files from your previous attorney only yesterday. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure I'm prepared. But
I understand I am asking the impossible of you.
Well, yeah, but you haven't really told me what happened yet. What the fuck was that? Oh. All we did was play cards.
And that was enough.
Actually, it wasn't. Trust me.
Oh, morning, Daddy.
I'm so glad you came.
Okay, Daddy? He picking on you?
I am fine, as always. This old boy is here to help me, after all.
That's young man to you? Well, good morning. That's a cute outfit you have on.
Thanks. My first show is today, after all.
Oh, I'm sure it is. What the heck is she talking about?
Oh, old boy.
Huh? Me? But look what he started.
Here.
Seems fate's clock will make me wait a little longer. At least only less than 10 swift minutes remain to all those who supported me in my life's work. I give you thanks, farewell, magnifique grammary. What is this?
I don't know. I just got it over there in the hall. He told me to give it to the old boy in the blue suit with the spiky hair. He said it was really important.
What's this? A memo for you or some such?
Not from the looks of it. What is this? It's like a page from someone's diary. I'll give it a read later. The
Well.
pulse pattern action of Ice Wolf and Dandicoot. Read text.
Right. Well, how do you feel about the trial today?
I'd be a little bit less concerned if I wasn't representing a guy who has Nig so close to other letters in his name, but we'll get through it somehow. Incidentally, the prosecutor today is a new guy, I hear.
Ah, an easy win then, yes?
Yeah, they're calling him a true thoroughbred in the history of the prosecutor's office, so he's probably German. Of course, there's one of those every year, and they're usually German.
The switching of attorneys just before the trial. I know it is a difficult situation I put you in, but allow me to say one thing, Mr. Wright.
Yeah?
They will not be able to pronounce me guilty today. So, do your best, but do not worry.
Right. Right, because your name's so close to the word people aren't allowed to say. Got it. First time a defendant's ever given me that pep talk before. That's kind of weird. I'll do what I can.
I see you do not understand. You see, it will be impossible for them to declare a verdict.
It's impossible?
Yes. Isn't that right, Trucy?
Yep, you bet, Daddy.
My first look at the case was only yesterday. And the information I was given was a tad bit lacking, to be honest. Does Enigmar look familiar to you? Yes. Yes, he does. Obviously. Especially because he has the same fucking laugh. Still, I'll do what I can for their sake.
Hey, thanks for the follow, Musky Husky 69. Love the username.
No!
That is amazing. That is one of the greatest usernames ever.
No.
How did you get that one?
We did not. We did not. We did not. So, no. What? All right. Okay. Well,
I'm here for it.
Oh, you're gonna be in for a show. You might want to take a fucking shower. All right. Still, I'll do what I can for their sake.
I believe the curtains will be lifting any time now. I am in your capable hands, Mr. Wright.
My client is Shady Enigmar, known to the world as Zach Gramarye, a wildly popular magician, star of the troupe Gramarye. His mentor, Magnifique Gramarye, was a rare breed of magician. He single-handedly ushered in a golden age of stage magic until he was shot dead. And Zach Gramarye is the suspect. But with arms like that, the only magic is the gun show. Oh my god! The court is now in session for the trial of Shady Enigmar. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Oh, he's so fucking...
Like, it drives me insane how cool he is.
Wait.
What?
Wait. I got a bit. Just keep going.
Okay.
Is the prosecution ready? I was just thinking, is this what all the fuss is about? Bit of a buzzkill, really. Buzzkill? Is this some new kind of crime? One of the worst. This is a trial, yeah? Where are the sweaty palms, the pounding hearts? A Gavinier's concert got 10 times as thrill as this gig's got. Who were you again? Clavier Gavin. I came to get the party started, legally, yeah? Defense attorney Christoph Gavin's... Wait. Ugh, figures my bro's more famous in this part of town. Clavier Gavin? Lead singer for the mega hit band The Gavineers. You're out of your league, rocker boy. I know what you're thinking. You're out of your league, rocker boy. Nani!
The next thing you're gonna say is...
Yeah, that's why I said Nani, dipshit. True, my debut single 13 Years Hard Time for Love went platinum overnight.
That is insane. Debut single, platinum overnight. Like, dude, the fuck?
But that's just a hobby to me compared to this, yeah? Alright, settle down, Squall Leonhard on. Talk it, aren't you? I bet you're affected Euro rock. I like your affected Euro rock accent, by the way. Oh, I'm just getting warmed up, yeah, Attorney Wright. You don't happen to have a thing for bullwhips, do you? Bullwhips? kinky after first meeting Mr. Hyde. No, just covering my bases. All right, if you two are done lollygagging, perhaps you'd like to be so kind as to fill us in on the case. Achtung, baby, time to call on the opening act. What was his name again? Ah, yes, Detective Gumshoe. Hit it!
The boy is back.
And you are? You were the one who called me up here, sir. Name's Dick Gumshoe. I'm a homicide detective down at the precinct. Oh, Dick Gumshoe, long time no see. Hey, you! What? Me? Today's the day, pal. Today, I win and you lose. I got confidence in my testimony today, see? What? You normally lack confidence in your testimony? Yeah, detectives, this is my stage. Conscientix. All this hey doing and such. And I could care less about your history together. Oh. Buzzkill. All right, very well. Detective Gumshoe, if you would. Please tell me you washed your shirt. Please tell us about the case at hand. All right, it happened 6 days back in this room at the General Hospital.
Oh, that's a wonderful soap opera.
Yeah. Unfortunately, most people at the General Hospital don't realize they only got one life to live.
Only one life to live, and some people drift towards the guiding light.
It's really bad, though, especially when they get killed in the middle of it and all you see is Grey's Anatomy everywhere. General Hospital. Grey's Anatomy.
My mom watched the fuck out of General Hospital. That's the only
Why is
reason
there
I knew anything about it.
Okay. Like, the sheer amount of bullet in the forehead we've got going on here. We've got, like, a clown with a bullet in the forehead. We got a guy with a bullet in the forehead.
There's a lot of bullets in the foreheads.
We got IVs unplugged. Unless you're telling me the bullets in the forehead are aesthetic jokes. I don't know. The facts are as simple as they come. Here's the crime scene. The victim was a patient asleep in a hospital bed. The killer comes in, puts a pistol to his forehead, and blam, lights out. Them's the facts. Not so long ago, the victim, Magnifi Grammary, was a famous man. Did you just see that frame where the judge teleported away from existence? Like, for one single fucking frame, the judge was just like he vanished before the chair or anything else did.
I must have blinked. However, I would believe it.
Hold on. I'm literally...
Oh my god, you're gonna scrub for it?
Yeah,
you're scrubbing for it?
No. I'm asking our crime scene detective Lupus to fucking scrub back through the footage and reveal the truth at some point, because that bugged the shit out of me that much that I need to waste Lupus's time. He had the entire country under his magical spell, as it were. Even that cat's tail got a little stiff seeing him. Okay, that elephant's trunk do be working overtime, though.
Yeah.
Ah, yes, a great magician retired years ago, so. Say the name Magnifi to one of my generation, and you'd be lucky to get a blank stare. Though I'm sure the youngsters today know his disciples even better. I dare say Troop Grammary has made quite a name for themselves. Yeah, anyhow, the retired Magnifi's been in the hospital for the last year. Huh, what was it? Mal ignorant tutor or something, doing something to his liver, I think. Yeah. A malignant tumor, perhaps.
I am shocked that the judge was the one who was... actually, this is 7 years earlier. The judge still had more of his faculties.
You see, before I got this luxurious beard, I was a hard drinker, so I know an awful lot about tumors in the livular area and how to avoid them. In other words, he had liver cancer. He had only 3 months left to live, in fact. How does one die of liver cancer? I thought the liver was that one organ that just kind of regenerated like an axolotl or something. And just cut off the part that's giving you a hard time, and there's a reason why I'm a judge and not a doctor, I just realized. The facts do seem simple enough. But something's not right. The victim was already climbing a 3-month stairway to heaven. You can't say that. We're going to get royalties that we have to. Oh, shit, sorry. Why not wait for him to knock on heaven's door? Why shoot him? I wouldn't put it quite so lyrically, but it's true. Why make the effort to commit murder? The victim was literally about to die. Hey, incidentally, the victim had a serious case of diabetes. Diabetes. He has the same conditions that Wilfred Scott Brimley had. It made it hard for him to urinate, and it often made him strike his wife. In fact, he was... I'm so sorry. In fact, he was about to shoot up with some insulin, a real hardcore drug. Especially with how much it costs here in your Americas, yeah? Shut up, please. When he was shot...
You're just gonna be smug as fuck about the fucking European medical system. The entire case. Just like, this wouldn't have happened in mine.
Yeah. You must be really unfortunate that you have to pay hundreds of dollars for life-saving medication. That's very strange. In my country, that doesn't happen. If you have life-saving medications that you need, we just give it to you. Yeah. We do. That's a thing we do. But we have to pay for it in our own ways. Like, our bread is very hard, and we feel very uncomfortable when looking at Charlie Chaplin. That's basically where we got. That's where they got us, unfortunately. You're gonna have to be the one that timestamps any of this shit that I'm doing and send it to Lucas, because I would be incredibly conceited if I was to be like, man, that was a good one. Type, like fucking. Can't toot my own. I can't toot my own horn like that. It's not right. Anyways, when he was shot with a pistol, the syringe was found at the crime scene.
Hey, Dandy, how you been doing? Doing good.
Chronic diabetes und Cancer. As much as it pains me to say it, the victim was clearly at the end of his life. What are you talking about? He had cancer. Head cancer? I thought he had liver cancer. He had... No. Fuck me, you're stupid. I believe the question before us is clear then. Why did the killer have to shoot at this dying man? And more specifically, why the fuck do any of us care if he was going to die in 3 months anyways? Very well, detective. Perhaps you could enlighten us as to the circumstances of the shooting. Yes, sir. Actually, the victim kind of ordered the defendant to do him in. A few days before it happened, the victim sent a letter ordering his own murder. The defendant did what was asked of him, and shot the old man in the forehead. But the bullet was fired from the pistol found at the scene. No doubt about it. And the pistol definitely belonged to the old man, sir. Because it was an old pistol, and the old man was old, so that's how we knew. What? You're saying the victim ordered his own shooting? Those are the facts, yes. I have here the letter in question. Why are we even here? This seems kind of like a waste of taxpayer dollars at this point, honestly.
My beloved student Zach, to you I entrust the task of lowering my life's curtain. Come on the 13th, 11:05 p.m. I will ready a gun with which you will shoot. One shot, square in the forehead. You cannot refuse, and we both know the reason why. What's wrong with Gumshoe's eyes? Listen, the sprite work in this game, they did some crazy fucking things.
That's actually, yeah, very unusual indeed. Yeah, let's pause when I see Gumshoe real quick. Although, could such a thing as a letter really cause one to pull the trigger? I wonder. I believe the answer to that question can be found at the end of the letter. Ah, you cannot refuse, and we both know the reason why. Detective Gumshoe, could you explain this to the court? Yeah, unfortunately, even the defendant won't say a peep about it, sir. What is with his eyes?
Yeah, it's like they got like
looks,
that. They tried like doing like shine on him or something. It's like
no, his face looks muddy.
Yeah, I don't know what they did different between this and like the original trilogy remake. They could have just recycled the sprites.
Hold on. I'm looking at his sprites right now.
Yeah, I think it's because the combination of the way they did the blending and also the fact that the line art isn't like solid black. They tried oh, what if we just make it a darker color but not solid black? Which, I mean, pulled off well.
Oh,
it looks solid.
I see what the issue is. Okay.
What they do.
So, his eyes are actually farther apart.
Oh. Why?
So, I'm gonna give you...
Or am I gonna line this up?
You don't have to do a perfect job because he's making a different face right now. But first off, he's a different color. He's more Caucasian looking instead of Asian presenting as he was in the other one. Second, the color levels are a bit different. Third, the transitions in the shadows are solid. There's no soft transitions. So the spot under his eyes where it makes a soft transition out, it's hard. The spot on the sides of his cheeks where it goes from his lip up to his cheekbone, there's a soft transition there. On the right side of his head, that little soft dimple in is a hard transition in this. So it's all hard transitions.
Yeah, like
also, like, look at the back of his collar. You can see on the back of the collar, it is a hard transition instead of a soft transition.
Did weird with this.
Yeah.
Oops. Hold on.
One thing that bothers me about the whoops. Why didn't he just say 11?
Also, I want you to, it's something that's gonna bug the crap out of you because it bugs the crap out of me. Pay attention to Phoenix's like shadow on his chin when he talks here.
I mean,
I just gotta wait for that pose again.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's bothering me right now. Like, I could have sworn that his hands weren't this gigantic in relation to his face. Like, he's got gorilla hands for some reason. I can't be. Am I thinking this up? Like, he has fucking ook gorilla hands right now, right? Am I smoking something? Am I like, everyone in this game has got like fucking enormous kaiju hands? It's
there's
no,
something going on here.
I can't be on meth. Not again. Like, hold on. Fucking no, I'm not insane. I refuse to believe that I'm insane.
You aren't. I'm pretty sure they there's some weird stuff they did with the sprites.
I'm looking at his fucking sheet right now. Right the goddamn now.
Everyone got the Yowie hands upgrade. Yeah. People were writing all that smut of Phoenix and Edgeworth that they were like, you know what? Let's just give them the Yowie hands. You know, make the fangirls happy.
Why? Okay, Phoenix. Let's think about that. No, he's got fucking gorilla hands, dude. Like, Holy shit. He got the fucking Gorilla Hands DLC. Like, god damn, Phoenix.
Yeah. Yeah, just a little bit.
He watched a little bit of Witch from Mercury. He needed that people splattering hand right there.
Oh my god.
Why have him come at 11:05 without some specific reason? Well, the devil is in the details, Air Attorney. Air Attorney? Well, was there some reason? As it turns out, there was. Every night for a half hour, starting at 11, the victim, Magnifique Emery, was given an IV. A 4? No, I said, no, there's no way you could have. That was impossible for you to actually make that, because I said IV, not. Stop breaking canon. There. I have to entertain myself, I'm sorry.
It's entertaining to me!
Good, I hope you're having fun time stamping it. There it is in the picture off to the side of the bed. At 11, a doctor would come in. Whoops. At 11, a doctor would come in to set up the IV. 30 minutes later, he would come back with the empty bag. This happened every night without fail. So that was the only time they could meet without the chance of an untimely interruption.
His hands grew after all the ass whoopings he handed out in MVC3.
Oh, it's really bothering me how big his hand is. Like, that whole arm is gigantic when it's raised up. Like, if you look at his arm in the foreground, that other arm that comes up is like...
Yeah.
Like, it's like a gorilla is about to palm his head. During his 4... Very well, shall we begin? Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, if you would. What's this reason he couldn't refuse, I wonder? Could have at least mentioned it to me. God, Phoenix looks scuffed. Actually, everyone kind of looks scuffed in this. I don't like it.
They were purposely trying to give it like a Game Boy Advance look to it, because that was what the original games were on, but like it was not this scuffed. I feel like they...
No,
Anyways.
no, it's just bad. They could have just reused the sprites. I don't get it. Also... What? Did they just... That's weird.
What? Actually, hold on. No,
Some of the shadow transitions are soft in some frames, but hard in others, like on his jacket. That's weird. Yeah, you can see how fucking... Oh, that's you almost got that perfect. That's...
I'm gonna do something.
That's almost perfect. That's kind of scuffed, dude. Oh wow.
So they did like trace it. It's just
it's the shadow transitions that are fucked up. It's making it look weird. Yeah, it's the hard transitions. So it's
not the lines at all. Likely the HD upscaling. Yeah, the AI wasn't quite there yet.
It couldn't take that much effort. Like
it couldn't have.
But he's a different color though. Am I right? Or
it looked like it to me. I'm colorblind though, so I don't know.
And this letter was sent by the victim. There it is. Gotcha. You're all mine this time, pal. Huh? I had the handwriting checked out. Of course. It's the victim's, no mistake. I see. Score one for the boys. I didn't lose. I was just ascertaining the facts. So why am I so annoyed? But a letter ordering your own death? It's kind of sus. Things aren't what they used to be, I guess. Back in my day, we'd just go out and jump in front of a train like any normal Japan-American person. I'm not sure... Jesus fuck. Not sure this is exactly commonplace even now, Your Honor. So anyways, guess I'll keep going while I'm ahead. The defendant did what was asked of him. He shot the old man in the foreface. How can you be so sure? You gotta learn to stop relying on people to do your thinking for you, pal. Learn to think for yourself. Get your noggin a-cranking. Kinda like you fail to grasp the concept of questioning, detective. First, we got this letter. It says, shoot, in the forehead, loud and clear. So he shot him. Yeah, in the face. Why? I can see that. I can see that. But I still wouldn't do it. Well, maybe you need to grow yourself a backbone, pal. Maybe you need to wash your fucking shirt for a change. Fail to grasp the concept of shooting people is bad, detective. We also found the defendant's pistol at the scene. So that was cool. Traces of gunpowder residue shows that it's been fired recently. Well, Mr. Wright?
You know?
As far as I can tell from looking at this photo, there seems to be no issue with the prosecution's claim. Photo, maybe there's something there I can use. Like, why is there a bullet hole and a clown sitting on the desk? They're saying the defendant shot the victim in the forehead. I think there's a hole in this prosecution's argument. Clearly, Mr. Enigmar. Looking at this photo, another possibility occurs to me. Yes? What does the letter tell us? The defendant had a reason he couldn't refuse his teacher's wishes. Bingo, pal. That's why the defendant popped him one in the foreface. Why do you keep saying that? Oh, the defense disagrees. You see, the defendant had another choice he could take. They made sure his hand was still fucking gigantic.
Yup, they still made sure.
It's like, it's even bigger. But, and you can prove it with this photo. Yeah, I can prove that he had a choice, yes. The defendant might have fired, like he was ordered, but he didn't shoot the victim in the forehead. Well, let's hear it. What are you thinking, Mr. Wright? If he didn't shoot the victim's forehead, what did he shoot?
Gee, I don't know. Could it be the really fucking obvious looking puppet with the fucking hole in its head? I don't know, man. Could it be the fucking puppet? The goddamn clown? With the hole in its forehead?
I'm gonna kill you, Dandy. Thank you. The clown doll. That didn't sound right.
That's not.
That's
Phoenix's.
That's not Phoenix's take.
What
Yeah, no,
was
that's
that?
Not. Take that. What the? Maybe they got an AI to do that too.
Did they like? I don't recall that being Phoenix's take that in this game.
No,
Oh.
it sounds bad.
Wait, y'all, did you know? Maybe it'll be different in Ace Attorney 5. I hope that's not the one that was in Ace Attorney 5. I don't think it was. But
Take a closer look. See, it's been shot in the forehead too. Ah, there's a hole in its forehead. Yup, and a hole in the prosecutor's claim. Ha, and I suppose you have a reason why he'd shoot the clown doll? He didn't just shoot the doll, he shot the doll's forehead! His forehead. Let's read the orders once more, shall we? You will shoot one shot, square in the forehead. Which is exactly what he did. He shot the clown doll square in the forehead. The defense has raised an intriguing possibility. That hole in the clown's forehead, it definitely looks like it was shot. Bailiff, send someone to investigate the matter. I admit it, I'm impressed, but I expected nothing less. Still, this doesn't mean he didn't shoot the victim.
Yeah,
Perhaps he did have to shoot a forehead as ordered.
Yeah, that I think that's the voice clips from Ace Attorney 5 and onwards. I think they okay. To take that is weird, but okay.
But the letter says nothing about whose forehead. I'd also like to point out, if he was shot at anything close to point blank range with a flintlock pistol, it would have blown a hole in that man's head, like an aggressively large hole, not a cute tiny little hole. And also, the smoke from the firearm discharge would have set off the fire alarms. So, kind of doing a little bit of suspension of disbelief on this one. This was the only way he had to follow the orders without taking a life. The bullet hole in the clown doll's forehead does demand an explanation. It might very well be a clue, yet Prosecutor Gavin is right.
Apollo hearing this story 7 years later and being like, I don't like how many shots to the forehead were being talked about.
Ice, you're trying to find logic in these games where there is none. Okay, look, here's the thing. I like detective games. I like solving things. But when something that's really nonsensical happens, I like pointing it out because it shows that I know more about writing detective stuff than the people that fucking wrote it. And that gives me a little bit of an enormous boner. So if you like seeing me get hard, let me do this.
I want to see you have that opinion when we go to play the Great Ace Attorney. I want to see what you think of that writing. Of course, they ripped most of that writing straight from Sherlock Holmes novels, but
was it not just Phoenix Wright fucks Sherlock Holmes?
No, it was Phoenix Wright's ancestor, first of all, and second of all, the writing is somehow incredible. I have no idea how they pulled it off.
I mean, like, well, who wrote the Great Ace?
Wait, hold on. There's gonna maybe big spoilers. Hold on. Let me look at that.
The writer?
Well, there's other parts about that game that I don't want you to see until we play it.
Shu Takumi.
Yeah, so he's been the creator of the series. I don't know if he wrote the second trilogy or not, but
he wrote the original trilogy. Okay. He was also the voice of Phoenix for the first 4 games.
I did not know that he voiced Phoenix. That's pretty fucking awesome. Also, my search engine is not working right now, so bleh.
Your search engine isn't working?
Yeah, I was trying to use DuckDuckGo and it just wasn't working.
I'm doing all right, Zippy. I'm having slight existential crises, but I'm getting by as best I can. Which I don't want to drag down awkwardly by mentioning again, so. It alone does not prove the defendant's innocence. You cannot say for sure the defendant didn't shoot the victim. So sorry, Mr. Wright. How sad it is to see his mighty fall. Anyone ever say that your hair looks exactly like Squall Hearts from Final Fantasy fucking 8, the worst written Final Fantasy game? How sad it is to see the novice's overconfidence. Oh, he doesn't realize just how big this little hole is going to get.
Phoenix is an expert in stretching.
Thank Edgeworth. Detective Gumshoe, please take this newfound fact into account as you continue your testimony. So what if he shot the clown? He still shot the victim, pal. No. And the pistol definitely belonged to the old man, sir. Why are you so certain? What pile of sand has your head been stuck in all this time, pal? You never heard of Zach and Valens quick draw shoot 'em? Huh? The hell's that? One of the defendant's specialties. Zach and Valens stand on either side of a girl. Then they shoot. But the bullets don't hit her. Instead, they hit everything else on stage. This is one of the pistols they use in their show. Got a great design, huh? The kids love it.
I see Gumshoe.
Absolutely. They don't, actually. Nobody thinks flintlocks are cool. I'm sorry,
I
pal.
see Gumshoe is still obsessed with trying to give guns to kids.
Yeah, that's his character arc. That's how he got fired. Many boys and girls joined the police because of that pistol, I hear. They were very disappointed when they had to use Beretta 9mm and revolvers. You know, that would explain a lot about the police force. It's a rather nice cursed Gumshoe side shot right there. Show Grammar he stopped doing that act a while ago. The old man held on to that pistol ever since. Except, I mean, are we gonna bring logic into this? Because it's not possible for him to do both.
Look.
You mean this pistol, the one in the crime scene photo?
After Hamilton, flintlocks became cool again. You right.
Yeah, that's the one. It's a funny looking gun, so there's no mistaking it. It's just a flintlock, dude. If he compares the bullet taken from the victim's skull with a bullet fired from this gun. Incorrect. Flintlocks fired a ball? So rifling marks on the bullet were a perfect match. Balls don't have rifling? So, you verified the murder weapon, in other words. You bet we did. Please, Phoenix, please use common sense. Those guns didn't have rifles.
In Japanifornia, they do.
Oh
Just
my
go with it.
god.
Just go with it. Just go with it. They don't know what guns are. They are not the Power World developers. They know nothing. Just go with it.
The court would like to see the pistol in question. You got it, sir. Here she is. That moment where the judge just takes the pistol, holds it up to his fucking eye, and looks into the barrel like, well, this truly is a blast from the past. Yeah, it's a stage pistol for magic shows, see? But I can fire real bullets. No, it can't. It looks much bigger in real life than on TV.
That's what they say about me.
Yeah, but it can only hold one round. That's exactly what they also say about you.
Oof.
Hey, got him.
Well, have you know I can hold many. No, we're not saying that. I'm not getting another fucking clip. Nope.
You've already said it.
I didn't
You already
finish
said
it.
That is also what happens to you when you're in the bedroom.
God damn it.
God, I'm good. Ah, you smell that, kids? It's the smell of Dandy being roasted on an open flame.
I smell like marshmallows.
Ew.
Well, actually, technically, I smell like caramel and coconut because we have this body wash that's scented like Girl Scout cookies.
Right, I'll let you on that. I'm going to use the bathroom real quick. Doing all this line reading requires me to drink liquids, which have to come out eventually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, go amuse chat with your stories of whatever the fuck nonsense you're talking about.
Okay. I don't know. There really wasn't like a story there. It's just we have body wash, and it smells like Girl Scout cookies, and it's great. And now that I have started talking about this, I'm now craving Thin Mints. I'm so upset I'm so upset. I cannot have Thin Mints. They are a danger to me and everyone around me. There was one time I was sitting just around. I had a box of Girl Scout cookies, and I had the Thin Mints, and I was just kind of idly eating them while I was playing something. It just playing my game, snacking on Thin Mints, and then about 20 minutes passed, and I reach into my freshly opened Thin Mint sleeve, and I reach more and more. I'm like, wait, where are the cookies at? I just opened this, and then I realized I ate the entire sleeve of Thin Mints in like 20 minutes. And then I put the rest of the box in the pantry. Because that is dangerous. And the crazy thing is, I didn't even notice. I didn't even feel like full or anything. Those things are the emptiest calories known to man. I couldn't. It was awful. Well, it was great. It was tasty. It was delicious. I want Thin Mints. But no, I have to be strong. How big is a packet of Thin Mints? I think Thin Mints are like, there's like a package of, how much is in a sleeve? Like 12? I don't know. It's been a while. But Thin Mints are an illusion once you start eating them. They really are. Maybe like 16. I have no idea. I don't know how many were in a sleeve, but I know it was a lot of calories. I was like, well, can't have this. And that was shortly after my bout with the 2-pound bag of Sour Patch Kids. So, which I promptly devoured within the course of a week. Oh, this was before Myth. This was before Myth. So he has not seen how ravenous I get for Girl Scout cookies. He has seen how ravenous I get for sugar in general. He has seen me eat frosting, just straight frosting. He knows that I am obsessed with Sour Patch Kids. We sometimes get some from the deli that's near us. Also, I have just now realized that the scales of law are on those flags. I thought those flags were just, it was just random shading. I am only just now realizing that's actually the scales. Bullshit.
All right, Satan's piss pod is back. I mean, I'm here.
Hey, welcome back.
All right, what do we got here? By the way, the pistol's firing chamber is empty. And it showed traces of being haven't been. They shot it soon. It was shot lately. It went off. It discharged prematurely. Just like you. So, were there any fingerprints around on found on the gun? Unfortunately, no. Of course, the defendant is known for wearing gloves. We might say the lack of fingerprints is, in fact, a fingerprint of its own. Aha! Intriguing point. Well made. Whoa. Not well made. Not intriguing. In any case, the court accepts this evidence.
Okay, chat. All right. I don't know where the hell you pulled that one from. Fucking, he's got no aura. He's got no riz. This Bandicoot is kinda mid. Come on! What did I even do? I just talked about Girl Scout cookies for like 3 minutes. And that was it.
Wait. What Girl Scout cookies did you say you liked?
Thin Mints. I accidentally ate an entire sleeve of Thin Mints in like 20 minutes.
You Virginia housewife basic bitch. Jesus
Shut
fucking
the fuck up.
Christ.
Thin Mints are so good.
Yeah, Thin Mints are so good. You can buy them fucking anywhere. They're not a revolutionary practice.
Hey. But they're tasty.
So sushi, but I don't see a harfing that down.
Don't bring up the sushi again.
$200 of sushi, and then you
I
immediately
paid for
turned your
my
nose.
share of the sushi.
And you turned your nose up at it, and then immediately started eating candy.
Shut
Like
up.
there was no time difference. There was like sushi, nothing, eating candy. We were still eating sushi when you were eating candy. We all just kind of looked over at you like, what the fuck?
I mean, I have to eat something. The thing is that the fucking like, it was my first time trying sashimi and nigiri.
Oh boy,
and that was
your first
it.
time
And
trying
I
sushi.
paid
You're like,
for it.
I gotta
Dude.
fill myself up, man. I'm gonna die if I don't eat some nerds.
It wasn't nerds. It was actually, wasn't it Sour Patch Kids?
Oh, so memorable. He recalls it specifically by name.
You know what I also remember? Ice?
What's that?
Your delicious clam chowder, because you are a fucking amazing chef.
Buttering me up isn't gonna work at all, Dandy. You know that you committed a fucking felony with your sushi hate crime.
So first of all, it was not $200 of sushi. It was $200 of sushi split across all four of us. Now, I made sure I paid for my part of the sushi.
I'm not saying the price is the problem. I'm saying that is the volume of sushi. So that people know that there is...
I tried eating the sashimi and the nigiri. That was my first time trying it. I was like, fuck it, I'll try it. But then there were also rolls that I definitely ate. Those were good.
It's like, my favorite part is by the end of that night, Methane looked like that fucking bunny in that Wreck-It Ralph 2 scene that was like, he was just like slowly trying to shove sushi into his mouth and he just kind of flopped over dead. Let them do it. This case is rather short, so it's better to add filler.
No, I think we should keep going.
My granddad would get a kick out of seeing this. Yeah, see, his granddad would get a kick out of it. But now's the time to return to our matrimony testimony.
Where were we fucking at? Oh yeah, the rifling marks on the balls. Hold on.
We were fucking at the rifling marks on the balls. What are we talking about? Phoenix Wright or something else entirely different? Is this a conversation for E621?
So, Ice, you know how you made that connection of like, oh, he definitely shot like the clown and couldn't shoot the guy. Well, now we have all the information to prove that.
Oh,
Fires
okay.
one real bullet. Ah, God, with one bullet.
The trickiest cases often seem the simplest. Prosecutor Gavin, you missed the bullet hole in the clown's forehead. If you hadn't missed that, you might have come to a very different conclusion. Understand? Yeah, but like I just said, pal, after he shot the clown in the forehead, he went and... Objection! Did nothing of the sort to the victim. The pistol proves he could not. The murder weapon? How? It's quite simple, Your Honor. This pistol only holds one bullet at a time. If he had shot the clown in the forehead, he couldn't have shot the victim too. Yeah! That's not a contradiction, not even close. All he had to do was reload the pistol after the first shot. Oh, where did he get the extra bullet? They're not easy to come by, you know. Let alone, where did he get the gunpowder and the priming charge? Where did he stuff the bullet back down in and wad up the paper and stick it in? It would have taken him a minute and a half to fire the second shot. Somebody literally could have come in and stopped him. There would have been that much time. Flintlock pistols are incredibly loud. And also, if you claim the defendant had one already, then prove us how he got it. The overacting in this room is incredibly powerful. I had the feeling this wasn't over yet. Now this party's just getting started. And I haven't proven anything yet beyond my good looks and sterling record sales. Suck your own dick harder, man. And what's this? Seems that the prosecution has another witness prepared. Like I said, detective, he was just Savama-packed. Oh! Now that the audience has gotten a taste of what's to come, they're ready. Ready for what? For my decisive witness, of course. A witness who you will find can prove one thing for us. Said it was Zach Gramery who shot the victim in the forehead. You're a forehead. Ouch. Very well. We will pause for a 15-minute recess. This might be my lucky break. I'll need that 15 minutes to talk to my client. Court is adjourned.
Why'd I show up to find Ice talking with German accent? Oh, he's just voicing Clavier, who is a German pretty boy. How are the trials going? They're going. They're going. I'd say there's a magician that was shot in the forehead in his hospital bed. He had 3 months to live, and still he was killed. And we're trying to figure out what the fuck happened there.
Yeah.
Who is the German pretty boy? Ice or that other guy? The other guy. Say,
thank you. I'm glad you appreciate my good looks.
Oh, by the way, he's only 17 here.
That's Squall Leonhardt.
Yeah.
Hold on. Keep it on that screen.
Yeah. So does this trial take place in the past? Yes. Yes, it does.
I'm going to upset you intensely, Dandy. Just to point something out. When I say shut the fuck
Clavier?
when I say shut the fuck up, Squall Leonhardt. Look at what I just said.
Give me a second. Clavier is literally the best prosecutor, though. Like, by far.
Yeah, but he's also Squall Leonhardt. The protagonist of Final Fantasy VIII, Squall Leonhardt,
he just
with a bad
dyed his
dye
hair.
It's just Squall Leonhardt. Literally just Squall Leonhardt. I think they actually just traced what Squall Leonhardt looked like and shuffled like 2 or 3 lines around. They're like, this is good enough. Who gives a shit? The only similarity is a hair. That's why I said he gave him his fucking haircut.
That's all it needs to be.
And also, the shape of their head, which is almost exactly the same.
Very impressive, Mr. Wright. I have to say, I expected nothing less.
We've only just begun to live. What? Sorry. I was hoping you could tell me a bit more about what happened, actually.
I did not think you would believe me if I told you. Better that you discovered the truth yourself. I was thinking of you, you know.
I think we need less thinking and more talking! That night in the hospital, what really happened?
The way your eyes gleam, Mr. Wright.
We're not fucking, just tell me what happened!
Your temper, your scared Trucy.
We're not fucking. Tell me what happened? Speaking of which, where is she?
You've seen the problem yourself. The letter.
The one shot in the forehead one, right?
Yes, and the reason he speaks of. But not that I Memento's wishes. If it meant my own death.
Why not?
This is something I will not say. For now, at least.
What's this for now business?
I have done many things in my life. Some well, some poorly. But this is a cross we must bear alone to our graves.
We?
You wanted to know about the night of the incident.
I know this guy sure likes to take his time getting to the important stuff.
Of course, I had no intention of shooting my mentor. I snuck into his room that night at the appointed time. Found there, upon his bedside table, 2 pistols.
2?
Yes, the one I had used on stage, and the one that had been used by my partner, Ballard.
Oh, for the Zack and Valance quick draw thing.
My mentor had the look of one sleeping. I stood by his bedside, hearing only the light sound of his breathing. Then I took the pistol into my hand. I cannot deny that my resolve faltered then for a moment.
You faltered? You mean you thought about shooting him?
Recall there was a reason I could not refuse his request. His last such request, though not his first.
So then there were other requests you couldn't refuse before?
To be honest, I've not always been steadfast. I fear I brought pain upon Trucy.
Was Magnifi coercing his disciples somehow? Just what was going on in Troop Grammary anyway?
Yet, in the end, I did not shoot. Instead, I turned around and shot the clown. I took the pistol I had fired and placed it in my pocket.
In your pocket?
I believe if you examine the bullet in the clown's head, you will find it to be different than the one in my mentor. What were those called?
Rifling marks.
Yes, well, that is all I have to tell you concerning the case.
Concerning the case? You mean there's something else you can tell me?
You are a fascinating man, Mr. Wright.
Thanks?
Yes, there is something. My mentor, his eyes opened.
Huh? Magnifi Grammary.
The old devil. He was not asleep, you see. Of course, the gunshot would have woken him anyway. And there we had our last discussion as mentor and pupil. It was not a long discussion, maybe 5-10 minutes or so.
What'd you talk about?
Mr. Wright, did I not just tell you? It does not concern this case.
Jack Grammary seems pretty steadfast to me. Maybe just stubborn.
Mr. Wright, your presence is requested in the courtroom. Once again, I am in your hands.
Right. Well, let's get back in there. Can't wait to see how we're gonna fuck this up. Oh, someone in chat hates clowns, so seeing a clown with its brains blown out did them a joyful. Court is now back in session. During our recess, a bullet was found and dug out from the clown's. That's... That's not what flintlocks shoot. They shoot a ball. Okay, why is it that the guy who chose to write a game about crimes using guns is the same kind of person that was like, oh yeah, the AR-15, that's a really dangerous handgun. Oh, the Benelli shotgun? Yeah, that's a really dangerous handgun. The Flintlock? Oh, that's a really dangerous handgun. Oh, the Smith & Wesson revolver? That's a really dangerous handgun. Oh,
Hey,
the
Ice.
Barrett 50 caliber? That's a really dangerous handgun. Like,
Hey,
fuck me. What?
Remember that one time that Shadow cocked an AK-47?
Oh, a bit of blood just ran down my nose. Neat. Thanks for digging up that repressed memory, Daniel Bandicoot.
The best part about that is they saw it on the storyboard and the animator sat there and were like, that is so incorrect, but it's so funny. And so they did it anyways.
Yeah. When he pulls back the fucking... When he's about to pump the shotgun and you hear the Moisen... Or where you hear the M1 Garand ping and a fucking clip fires up the top. Don't fucking laugh like you know what I was just talking about, you fucking poser.
I know what you're talking about because of all the stuff you've been talking about with fucking Power World. I've been getting some of that osmosis going on.
Oh, well, that is true. People with autism learn through osmosis.
Also how we reproduce. Don't ask questions.
You reproduce through osmosis.
I just said don't ask questions.
That's not how But
I'm sorry, are you autistic?
at this point, I feel like I'm starting to catch it at this point. The same way people eventually got COVID, they hung around people with COVID long enough and they got it. There wasn't time to do a detailed analysis, except for the fact that should have been a fucking ball. So they did find the weapon matches the murder weapon. It doesn't! Well, that's not very conclusive, is it? Which is why I was about to call my very decisive witness, a person who had better fucking make guns for a living! Fuck! Oh! So tired of this game, dude. Your decisive witness? How many times have I heard those words?
Is it just me or is Phoenix written like way like overconfident in this game? Like he's cocky as shit.
Yeah, well, he's been doing this for a couple of years now. It needs to feel good when he falls, you know?
Well, this is literally just a few months after the whole, like, case on the mountain. Only a few months since the whole Dahlia Hawthorne business.
Somebody needs to animate Ice raging because of this game. Dude, if there was a compilation of me raging, like an animated compilation of me raging in general, first off, I don't know who the fuck would animate it. I'd give them my model and stuff like that, but it would be genuinely hilarious because it'd be like 3 hours long. Well, they often turn out to be far less decisive than you think. Oh, don't worry. On my account, I'm quite confident the witness will do the job. After all, he is intimately acquainted with the players in our little production. Being the other half of Troop Grammary's famous duo, Zack and Valent. Valent Grammary? So we get to meet the great Magnafy's other disciple. Perhaps we'll start by asking your name and occupation. Valent Grammary, magician. He looks so fucking wrong without a mustache, dude.
I know,
seeing his upper lip is actually kind of upsetting.
It is.
I don't know why. Like, ugh. And the piss yellow outfit is also like giving me
so
like why
yellow.
Why doesn't he have a little monkey named George with him? Like,
right? It's that yellow.
Yeah. And you're this decisive witness, are you? You can prove your fellow student your partner's guilt? Fate, the grand illusion, filled with traps and tricks. Wait, the shooting took place in the hospital after 11 o'clock at night. If you're a witness, does that mean you were there that late? If one were to deduce this logically, the conclusion is yes! Okay! I always get the characters, don't I? I have an interesting fact for you. You see, several days before the crime, my witness received this. That looks very familiar. But, wait. That's the same letter Zack Grammary received. Yes. Or perhaps I should say, ta-da! Oh, what a douchebag. Fuck you!
What?
Fucking look at his goddamn back pose. He looks like such a... All right, order. I'll have a McChicken. And what does it say? Surely it's not the same thing. Perhaps you should see for yourself.
It is exactly the same thing, except for 11:20.
Why, it's practically the same. The court accept this into evidence. This is most unusual. Exactly what was going on with you folks? What exactly was your Troop Grammary up to? By which do you mean? I'm just having trouble envisioning a man who would ask his students to kill him. Both of them, no less. It's just my opinion here, Judge. But from these letters, I'd say he was coercing them, not asking them. We walked the magician's path together, and so doing shared much of our lives. When people are so close, there is strain, a warping of relations, you might say. Yet this had nothing to do with the case at hand. By which you mean you're not going to tell us? Which makes me wonder even more about this reason they couldn't refuse. Well, let's get on with the testimony for starters. The defendant, Zach Grammer, he stands accused. Tell us why.
Tell me.
Oh,
why.
I'll... Ain't nothing but a heartbreak. The writing in this game sucks, for Christ's sake. Tell me why. Sorry.
That was.
What?
I'll give you a gold star. You get a gold star.
Yay. I'll put it next to my other one. For where he walks, the red rose rise singing hymns to the miracle that is magic.
That said singing hymens for a second. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, Valen?
That probably sounds like somebody blowing into bubble tea.
Hey, Dandy, have you got to the part where Trucy shoots Valen in the heart and it shows that Valen had a double, but everyone forgets that his double died? Mizu, shh, you're gonna spoil it.
Did you guys figure out the part where Maya shows up and she accidentally
No.
winds up shooting him in the chest, and then she gets put on trial again, and then the game gets brought into triple overtime because you have to figure out who Maya didn't kill because she's innocent but accidentally tripped over a gun and fired it and killed the guy? That sure would be unfortunate if it happened. Fucking Ace Attorney 4, Maya's not in the game, but somehow is the central fucking focusing element for the last act again.
Oh, don't you worry. Maya comes back.
Not in this game.
No, God, no, not in this game. They were trying so hard to do like plots without spirit channeling, and then they realized, God, we need spirit channeling. Make up for lost time. And then Ace Attorney 6 was just nothing but spirit channeling. I cannot wait to play that one. It's so good.
Wait, Ace Attorney 5?
6.
Okay, good. But before that, we have to get through 5. The worst one.
In my opinion, there's some people who love it, but at least it has Athena.
They're great. There's some people who fuck the hoods of cars. That doesn't mean I want to get wax on my dick. Fascinating, though I hardly need to remind you. The evidence that just as clearly point to you as the suspect. The letter, the murder weapon, and now the 2 bullets found at the scene. In fact, the only difference seems to be the designated time. As every magician knows, timing is everything. Much like having sex with a lady, your pullout game must be strong. Yet, yuck, and then now it's time to get this party fired up. Maybe I'm Unlion. What?
I love how Clavier says yuck, and it's like, oh, he's gay. Okay, got it. How many Ace Attorney games are there? In the mainline series, there are currently 6. There are 2 spin-offs where you can play as one of the prosecutors, another 2 spin-offs where you play as one of Phoenix's ancestors, and 1 other spin-off which was a crossover with Professor Layton. So 10 and a half or 11, depending on how you count it.
And that one non-canon porn game where you're a doctor giving prostate exams to all the elderly antagonist characters. The boss fight against Manfred von Karma was really hard. That thing was saggy.
Oh, are you kidding me? No. He was a cakewalk. It was Wendy Oldbag that was like the real, like, bitch.
Yeah. More disturbing the fact that she had a prostate to begin with.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about, man. How'd you give a prostate exam to a woman? I don't know how they'd manage that.
Oh, that night I visited. How do we walk away from some of these bits and just start reading afterwards without
I
like?
have no idea.
We need to have like the director's fucking, like, you know, the thing that goes in the fucking movies. Whatever the fuck that thing's called. We need one of those things, and we can just whack that a few times so that we know how we can cleanse our palate. Excuse you, Dandy. Oldbag is a trans icon. How dare...
I mean,
Anyways.
people ask her age and she's like, none of your business, Sonny. And you ask her gender and she's like, I said none of your business, Sonny. Like, she is an enigma.
To add emphasis, less ma and more. Anyways, that night I visited the hospital room at the time Magnafee requested. The smell of gunpowder hung in the room, and my mentor had taken his final bow. I did not imagine my fellow student might have received the same instructions. Yet a deal with the dead is still a deal. Death's sweet kiss I gave to the clown. Then I informed the doctor and the police. So you're a faggot then? So you were the one who reported the crime. You know, Valen, bitches get stitches. And so do snitches. Of which you seem to be both. Yeah, this fact alone would clear my name of suspicion. Sometimes missing one bar of text leads to some amazing fucking...
It really does.
Being a bitch clears my name of suspicion. Yeah, let's not jump to any conclusions. Yes, the cross-examination generally comes before the conclusions in this court. I love how he says generally. But if your testimony proves to be true, then the defendant, Zach Gramery, is guilty. And if it wasn't Zach Gramery, then the killer was you, Valant. And no disappointing act will get you out, or no disappearing act will get you out of this. I said disappointing act. I'm like, this whole act is a disappointing act.
Hospital room smell of gunpowder.
So, you weren't worried for your own safety at all? I mean, you smelled gunpowder, yeah? What if the shooter was still nearby? I did not consider this, to be honest. It is forbidden for a magician to have a good imagination. So apparently he's just a fucking liar because it's the exact opposite. Really, isn't magic all about illusions and imagination? How about this? You were the shooter, which is why you weren't afraid. Now you are the one imagining. It is forbidden for a lawyer to have a good imagination. The witness will refrain from pausing so suspiciously before responding. My forbidden imagination is starting to imagine things. I really want to fucking choke slam whoever wrote this just through the floor. This is dog shit. There were 2 bullet holes at the scene, one in the victim and one in the clown. You're saying that the one who shot the clown was you? No doubt my partner Zach has said much the same thing. Yeah, because whoever didn't shoot the clown committed murder. I better dig around here a bit more and see what I can turn up.
Yeah, just dig around all up in that pussy. Sorry, that's Ace Attorney 6. My bad. Sorry.
Now I've got Colossi fever.
Yeah.
And I want to make whoopee with her cushions. Anyways, Mr. Val, let me ask, fuck it. How many pistols were there when you entered the room? By which you mean what precisely? 2 pistols were used in the Zach and Valent quick draw shoot 'em, correct? 1 for each of you. You are well informed, yet. Only one of my old friends sat in the hospital room that night. What did Zach tell me back in the lobby?
Of course, I had no intention of shooting my mentor. I snuck into his room that night at the appointed time. I found there upon his bedside table 2 pistols. I took the pistol I had fired and placed it in my back pocket.
I see no problem with that statement. Only 1 pistol was visible in the photograph of the crime scene, after all. So you picked up that pistol and fired it? Indeed I did. Alakazam! Alakazing! Alakablam! Is the number of pistols really so important? Yeah, the number of pistols is super fucking important, Your Honor. Language. Very well. Please add this detail to your testimony. Oh, what can I do but obey?
Alaka, fuck you.
Alakapussy!
Oh my god.
Also, that gun shoots a ball, not a bullet.
Arrow marks match the bullet found in the victim. This was the one that was sitting on the table, which means the other pistol that was taken with Zach should match the one in the clown head. So, yeah.
According to the defendant, Zach Gramery, when he entered the room, there were 2 pistols on that table. 2. One of those pistols he used to shoot the clown in the forehead. Then he left with it in his pocket. Of course, this is what he would say. Unlike that hapless clown, we must assume our defendant had some brains in his head. Well, what about what Mr. Valen has told us? You see, there's something about his testimony that doesn't make sense. What might that be? I told you I took the pistol that was there and shot the clown. That's your story, at least. Ugh. But the rifling marks tell a very different story, Mr. Valent. Recall what Prosecutor Gavin told us. We compared the bullets taken from the victim's skull with the bullet fired from his gun. The rifling marks on the bullet were a perfect match. Rockstar.
I understand you're my attorney and everything, but I would be remiss not to tell you that your German accent sucks, Mr. Wright.
Not trying to make a German accent, that's just what he sounds like to me. Just a pretentious douchebag constantly going on about how great his rock career is.
You really gave him an octave deeper than what he has, and you expect that to be mocking?
Fuck! Mr. Valent, if you fired this pistol, then you shot the victim in the forehead. All right, order. I'll have a McDouble. Well, this is all rather sudden. Oh, what have I done? Prosecutor Gavin? I owe the court an apology. Sorry. Sorry for what? So you see, I was unaware that 2 of these unique pistols were crafted. The analysis of the rifling marks proves that only proved the type of guns that fired them.
Bro just updated the autopsy report on your ass.
Yeah, but that's not what you told us before. You said you'd verified the murder weapon. Which is why I'm apologizing to you now, quite sincerely, I might add. Would you hold me accountable for every mistake made in my youth? It was just this morning! I am still young, and I was younger earlier than I am now, so... And I might add, it wasn't really my fault. If the defendant only had admitted he took 1 pistol from the scene of the crime, we would not be having this pleasant discussion now. God, I want to kiss that smug face.
I know, right? It's like, even when he's being a dick, it's just like,
He keeps sticking his fucking Valent Grammary keep there. Yes, Your Honor. You were presented to this court as a decisive witness, but you were proven to be more divisive than decisive. You'll see in time. The testimony so far has merely been a review of the facts. The proof comes next. Oh, my fucking hand is so sore. Care to elaborate, Prosecutor Gavin? When Mr. Valent entered the hospital room, the victim had already been shot. And his next testimony will prove how right the real fight is about to begin. Bring it. Very well. The witness will now testify in the court. Help us determine who shot what.
No, he's on first. Though first baseman shooting the second baseman is kind of crazy to see at a baseball game.
Third base!
I don't know.
I arrived in the hospital room at the appointed time, which is to say 11:20.
Is having a Costello hip with the kids anymore? How many people are going? All 2 people in chat that got that. Thank you.
I'll do it. I will do the whole fucking thing. I will do the whole fucking thing. I swear to God. I swear to fucking God.
I know you would.
Fucking uneducated people don't know what classic comedy is. That's what I'm telling you! Like, oh, okay. To give you an example of where a lot of my loud equals funny shit comes from, it comes from Abbott and Costello. Because the more flustered they get, the fucking funnier it is. Like, genuinely funnier. After discovering the body, I fulfilled my obligation, then called in the doctor. The doctor examined the body before the police arrived. He was quite clear about the time of death, 11:10 p.m. And the one in the room at that time was my partner, not me. Implying that you didn't just get there early.
That was crisp.
That's crisp, baby. Those times are rather close, you have to admit. You're talking about an alibi established over a matter of minutes. To use a 10-minute discrepancy as the basis for your alibi. It's easy to explain in this situation, Herr Judge. For example, take our debut hit single, 13 Years Hard Time for Love. True to the song, press the play button and it will play for 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Do it 100 times and the result is the same. Their debut single was only 2 minutes and 15 seconds long? What a fucking ripoff. Magic is a world of the utmost precision. Hocus pocus requires admirable focus.
Okay, God, I hate how cool
Abracadabra, I'm gonna reach up and stab ya. And in the time of death determined by the doctor there is an incontrivable truth. Very well, the prosecution warns us that we're dealing with rather precise times. And catchy lyrics. And we can expect the cross-examination to require the same level of precision. And equally catchy lyrics. I would hope the defense refrains from its customarily broad sweeping accusations. Lest we blur the focus in this case so clearly demands. Point taken. Baseless remarks will result in a penalty. Carry on, Mr. Wright. Kind of funny that, like, you know, just the prosecutor could just casually say that and then instantly the judge is like, well, time to amp up the difficulty because fuck you, yo pussy. Carry on, right. No, carry on, right. I'm carrying on, right. Okay.
Always talk to yourself during these trials.
Yes!
Start to have questions about, oh, maybe I should.
I don't think I'm stepping out on a limb to say I have some doubts about this. How could the doctor be so precise with the time? We do usually only get an estimated time of death, true. Not sure I've heard of a verified time of death. Magic revels in making the complex appear simple, but reality is the opposite. It appears complex in this case. It's a simple matter of subtraction. I see another person has done their arithmetic homework. Who the fuck says arithmetic and not just math? How old are you here, Judge? The point here is the fall the victim was taking. Sorry, the IV. Fuck, my bad. Holy shit.
Wait, was that real? I thought that was a bit. I thought that was a bit. No way. Ain't no fucking way you did that by accident.
Because he was saying arithmetic, my brain was logged into numbers, so I saw the fucking IV is 4!
Oh my god.
Oh,
Holy shit.
Oh my god! Oh, hold on, I have to tell Lupus about that one.
There's one white Oh, what's that third word? Sixable?
Holy shit, man.
You good?
I feel a magic level of stupid creeping into my veins. A stupid I haven't felt since
Saturday?
like 5 minutes ago. Like, it's quite visible in the photograph of the scene. By the way, we're doing more Burger Simulator this weekend. So if you got, we were playing last night and it was such a gas leak that I almost just went live. I almost just ninja went live on us because we were derping that fucking hard. Because we wanted to unlock, we wanted to get up to level 15 in Burger Simulator so that Slug could set fire to everything in the kitchen with a grease fire. And get the drive-through and everything else going. So we blitzed through like 3 levels of that, and it was equally as contagious with stupid as it was on last Saturday. So I hope you guys are ready for that suffering. Recall what we heard earlier about the victim Magnifi Gramarie's schedule. Every night at 11, Magnifi took an IV drip for 30 minutes. I can see the IV bag right there, yes. Now look a little closer. Follow the tube down from the bag to the end. Needle's been removed. Doubtlessly it fell out when he was shot. That's not how IVs work! You don't just get shot so hard in the head that an IV fires out of your fucking arm. That's what the tape is for.
Ice.
Baby.
It was a flip, which you yourself have admitted is a very powerful weapon. It's not without reason to suspect that the force applied to his forehead jostled the IV out of his arm.
The only way that would be possible is if there is enough space for him to move backward from the recoil, but his head was laying flush against the bed. Objection!
How do you know he wasn't suddenly sitting up?
Because they found that he was shot when he was unconscious. It's there in the records. It's there in the records.
Objection! Zach even said that his...
Are we playing Phoenix Wright during Phoenix Wright?
Yeah.
What the fuck is happening? Even I don't know what the fuck is going on anymore at this point. When the needle comes out, the IV no longer drips. You could just measure the remaining IV liquid. Precisely. The IV liquid functions for our purposes as an hourglass of sorts. This is how the doctors determined the time of death. From the amount remaining in the bag, it was determined that the IV had stopped 10 minutes after the administration began. The autopsy report has been updated. Yeah. Also, removing an IV incorrectly is going to cause a shit ton of bleeding. You saw how long that needle is. There would
Yeah.
be blood everywhere. Instead, his arm is clean as a fucking whistle. And don't tell me it's because the game's got a different rating. They have showed people's brains getting splatterated all over a floor before in the last case. So it was when I, Valent, entered the room. Fuck you. 10 minutes had passed since that horrible crime was committed. And this is proof. Well, Mr. Wright? Did that seem important? Well, seeing how it is the biggest clue we have at the time of death. God, my hands are big. I'd say it was very important. Agreed. It would be hard to imagine a more precise way to determine the time.
Wait, hold on.
Behold,
How many was
the
that?
power of arithmetic.
God damn, Teddy. Thank you for the 5 gift subs.
Oh, thanks, man. That means a lot.
Incredibly generous of you. Thank you.
Yeah,
One of
seriously,
those
dude.
gift subs went to you. I wish there was a way for Twitch to give like eternal subs to someone. That way.
Yeah. It is
Uh,
weird. It is weird that I'm 50% of BFG streams, and yet I don't automatically have access to our channel.
Well, what's funny is that I have my own personal Twitch account as well. And so it's like that one never gets a sub to BFG because I've never been in here with my personal account. So, which I find funny. Anyways,
What the fuck?
there is a way to do that when you make partner. Nah, no thank you. I don't want to be a... The partner comes with a lot of strings attached to Amazon, and I don't want that personally. I'm fine with just being affiliate.
Oh, I think Ottman just sent me like some screenshots of the original game in this scene for like a real-time Phoenix's hand reference.
Yeah.
Wow. That is... Why is it so... Jesus Christ. What did they do to my boy? Very well. Look how they massacred my boy. The witness will add this detail to his testimony. Sometimes the most magical thing of all is the truth. God, I just want to beat him over the fucking head with a crowbar. Do you ever get that urge? Do you ever just see somebody
Yeah.
and want to crowbar their face a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit. Also, Teddy, thanks for the 95 biddies. Very sweet of you.
Did you notice that the IV... I almost said 4 again. Did you notice the IV yourself by any chance? When I first entered that room, the stench of gunpowder assaulted me. Next, the mark of death upon my mentor's forehead. And then, his left arm did I spy a rose drooping and wilted. Its thorn, the discarded IV needle. Knocked from the vein by the force of the shot, luckily for you. If that IV had not been there, why, you might be a suspect. Indubitably so. I might say it's thanks to my lucky color. Your lucky color? Indeed, even today I wear it proudly upon my suspect self. For it always without fail brings me luck. Why, when Zack and Valent won their first Magician's Grand Prix.
Ah, nice callback. You remember that? Remember that with, what's his fuck? What was his name? From the circus?
Yeah.
What was his name?
Yeah. I remember that.
What was that fucking Glimmerspop's name?
Yeah, I can't remember, but I know what you're talking about.
God damn it.
Yes, the very one held by the Association of International Magicians. I was adorned in this attire then too, and our trophy, a bust. What a day that was!
Same trophy, too. Max
what you're
was his
saying-
name. Maximilian
So-
Galactica.
So you're either telling me that your lucky color is magenta or piss. And based on your personality, wagering piss. My lucky color, yes indeed. And that IV, too. I say I think it was huge especially for me, Valent. That does seem to be the case
Well, Mr. Wright, any thoughts on this testimony?
Well,
that sure looks happy with himself. Hey, how bold is this lucky color? There's a contradiction. I think there's that IV fluid is green, and there's no green anywhere on him. Certainly sounds like your lucky colors brought you plenty of luck.
Also, Teddy Bear, thank you for the gift sub. It's a lot of generosity. Thank you, dude.
Thanks, man. It means a lot. Like, from the bottom of my fucking heart. Which I'm trying to figure out more and more of. But not this time. Mr. Valent, your lucky color betrayed you. I'm afraid you've lost me. Your Honor, the witness's testimony just now clearly contradicts the evidence. Oh, Please recall my warning at the beginning of this cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Baseless accusations will be duly penalized. I do hope this latest accusation is well-based. Oh, it's based, all right.
Oh, I assure you, it's quite based.
Don't worry, I've got all your base are belong to us.
God! I was wanting to do that.
Gotcha.
How dare you steal it from me, you motherfucker.
Gotcha, bitch. Gotcha, bitch.
Motherfucker.
Gotcha, bitch.
Grumpy now.
Gotcha, bitch.
Stealing my jokes.
Are belong to us. Yeah, oh, like that one wasn't a
Listen, I'm
Very
short,
well.
so I
Let's
have
hear
to
the
go for the
defense's-
low-hanging fruit. You're tall, you can go for the high ones.
Very well, let's hear the defense's claim. Where's your evidence that contradicts what Mr. Valent has told us? Crime scene tells it all, Your Honor. The photo of the crime scene. All this talk of color has me yearning for black and white, clear-cut simplicity. Tell us here, right? Just where is the contradiction in this photo?
Notice how he says he's using Phoenix's last name.
Yeah.
He garners some form of respect for Phoenix.
Yeah. My pleasure, and I assure you it is quite simple. But I can't promise anything in black and white. Look, it don't matter if you're black or white. Let's just hear what Mr. Wright has to say.
Such a good MJ song.
It's the grade. It's green. It's not the right color.
Valent Grammary, let's get one thing straight about your lucky color. It's yellow, yes? Kind of takes the mystery out of it, but yes. Something wrong with yellow, Mr. Wright? Yeah, it's the color of pee-pee, and that's gross. It's also decisively wrong, in fact. You see, if you take a look at the photo of the crime scene... What's this? Confusion, doubt. Tell us with your... what do your elderly eyes spot? Yeah, whoa. My elderly eyes can see a problem here, Mr. Valent. Look at that IV bag. Oh, right in the tinkler. Oh, what is this? What foul magic? Be hard to call that IV liquid yellow. And I'm afraid no magic was involved in the taking of this photograph. Alakazam! No, my God, what the fuck? All right, order. I'll have Taco Bell. What does this mean? This is some kind of mistake. Yeah, Prosecutor Gavin, your witness's mistake. Greener they are, the harder they fall. I suppose there's no substitute for experience.
He's such a cocky douchebag! There was no reason for them to run.
Valid Grammary, as you reminded us several times, your lucky color is yellow, but the IV is clearly not. Well, this contradiction can mean only one thing. Objection! Ouch. And to think you almost had me. I see your true colors now, Ace Attorney Phoenix, right?
He said the
Something
name!
in
He
like
said
the
the name!
Something you'd like to tell the class, Prosecutor Gavin? As far as the court can tell, the witness's testimony does contradict the evidence. Ah, yes, a contradiction. Fun that I shall be pleased to hand right back to Mr. Wright. How do you mean? How? Because the witness had made no mistakes. I agree, at a glance, the IV liquid does appear sort of greenish yellow. No, that's just green. But I assure you, the liquid itself is quite yellow. Yellow liquid? How can you say that? As far as I can tell from this photo, it's green. Yes, but what color is the IV bag itself? The bag? You mean the plastic bag on the hook? Oh, it's blue. Fuck off. I mean, it looks like I'd want to say a light blue. Ah, precisely. Figured it out yet? Put yellow liquid in a blue bag, and you get green. This, incidentally, is the liquid's true color. I see. Our explanation does have the ring of truth to it, even though there are no such things as blue fucking IV bags.
And yellow IV liquid? Like, I have seen enough IV drips in my life. It's clear. The liquid is clear, as far as I know.
Thought. There's no substitute for experience, Prosecutor Gavin. What? You may tell a good tale, but you've just proven something rather grave for you, that is. Grave? The liquid in the IVs is yellow, yes. But how did this witness know that? It's quite unnatural when you think about it. You did think about it, didn't you? Your Honor, the defense requests an explanation from the witness. At the scene of the crime, the IV liquid appears to be green. So let me ask. How did the witness know the IV liquid was actually yellow?
Uh-oh.
OMG!
If the liquid is yellow, wouldn't that mean he's hooked up to a catheter? Yes, he was pissing into his veins.
All right, order. I'll have a whopper. Mr. Wright, you will explain this at once. The witness clearly knew the color of the IV liquid. So I'm sure it means something, but what? I can think of only one possibility, Your Honor. The witness, Valent Grammary, has testified that the IV liquid was yellow because, from the facts before us, the answer is clear. The witness knew that the IV liquid was yellow. Why? Because he'd seen it before, but not inside the blue bag we see in the photo. He saw the liquid by itself in a clear, colorless bag. I suppose he would have had to, but I'm still not clear as to what this all means. Ask yourself, why would he know if he didn't work at a hospital? That's where you'll find your meaning, Your Honor. I'm afraid I find nothing, so what if he knew the IV liquid's color? Leave the getting excited over absolutely nothing to our teeny bopper fans, yeah? The IV liquid is the only evidence proving the time of death. A 30-minute hourglass with 20 minutes worth of sand remaining. Your claim, Prosecutor Gavin. I remember it well. However, there's a critical difference between an hourglass and an IV bag. Wait, I know. An hourglass uses sand, but an IV bag uses liquid. I'm right? As much as it pains me to say this, Your Honor, no. Unlike the sands through an hourglass, these are the days of our lives. IV liquid enters the patient's body, at which point, like magic, it disappears. However, what if the amount of IV liquid had increased? You couldn't tell, could you? After all, there's no way of knowing how much went in. Ouch. Let me get this straight here, right? You're saying the witness watered down the victim's IV bag. Not with water, but with IV liquid. That's how you knew the IV liquid was yellow. No, now wait, I said wait! How might an amateur such as myself essay to perform such a task? I'm an amateur too, but I can pour water into a cup. I'm afraid there's quite a big difference between a cup and an IV bag. Quite. Can you prove our witness is capable of such a feat? He has a point, amateurs. I, at least, would have some difficulty pouring IV liquid into that bag.
That is scathing. That judge calling anyone an amateur. Oh.
Yeah, that's kind of rough. You don't need to be an expert to see the look on the witness's face. He added liquid to that IV to throw off the time of death. I tire of these fairy tales lacking evidence. Well, Mr. Wright, any solid evidence to bring us back down to earth? Oh, Valen Grammary. I'm afraid your magic won't serve you well in a life of crime. Might I ask what you're strongly suggesting? Magic relies on props, and props become evidence. Our witness was certainly able to increase the amount of IV liquid in the bag. All he had to do was work a little magic, and the prop was...
used for administering insulin shots has been washed and shows no sign of use.
The victim's syringe? It's the perfect prop for the magically increasing IV trick. And easy enough for an amateur to use. What kind of evidence is that? The syringe was clean, not a trace of liquid in it. And don't you find that odd, Prosecutor Gavin? What? The victim had the syringe to administer his insulin shots. There should have been traces of insulin left inside. Well, Valen Grammary? As you pointed out yourself, the IV liquid makes the perfect clock. One that you could manipulate at will. Much like another yellow-clad asshole named Dio! Alakazam! I'm sorry, I lost track of time for a moment. I do believe, well, with this being his first, that the burden of this trial has been a bit too much to bear for Prosecutor Gavin. I'm afraid that while there is a doubt in the amount of IV liquid in the bag, the time of death cannot be proven. And that brings our trial to a close for today. Well, maybe I can squeeze an extra day out of this. I can do a little much-needed investigative work. I see there are no objections. Court is adjourned. Surely there's no substitute for experience. Nothing blinds one to the truth so effectively. A word is wise. Underestimate the young and they'll sweep you off your feet and swing them out from under you. In a way you never ever expected. You see, I know exactly what you're thinking. I swear to God, if he does this JoJo's Bizarre... You say it's a witness used a syringe to manipulate the level of the IV liquid. But there's no proof. There's no proof he didn't do it either.
Really, Phoenix?
Yes. Yes, quite true. Is admitting it? Nor was the witness quite as decisive as I'd hoped. This, I admit, after all, why linger in the past when the future holds so much? You have something in mind, Prosecutor Gavin? Proof, Herr Judge. I have another way to prove my case. There's evidence, no less. Was ist los? This, oh, nice. This is the victim, Magnific Rammery's diary. Diary?
Also, Teddy, thanks for those biddies. Very generous of
Thanks,
you.
dude.
After going into the hospital, Magnifi began writing his memoirs, it seems. The story of his birth, his startling debut, and of meeting his disciples. It seems he intended for the last chapter to end quite appropriately with his death. Wait, that book doesn't say what the reason was, does it? The reason why his disciples couldn't refuse his last request? Sadly, it does not. What's important here is on the last page. Apparently, the victim wrote in his journal that night. Even after the IV had begun at 11 p.m. Let's read it, shall we? Tonight's IV is in, maybe the last. I'll leave the rest to them. The first should come soon. This journal may end here or it may go on. But not long, that depends on his hand. All is left is mine.
All
the
that's
court's
left is to
left.
something.
Yeah, the court accepts this into evidence. How cryptically you decided to stop talking, that's weird.
Read the very last pass with particular care.
Fun mechanics that forces you to open it though, yeah?
All that is left to mine is to lay down this pen.
This is the last page. The diary ends here. Wait, huh? What's this? Looks like the page was ripped out. Well now, isn't that interesting? Someone's been a little sussy baka. This journal may end here, it may go on, but not long. That depends on his hand. Of course, by his, he refers to our defendant, Zach Grabbery. Well, that would make sense, yes. He was the first scheduled visitor, after all.
But look at what he said before that. This journal entry may end here, or it may go on. It may go on. Magnific Grammary intended to write again. That is, if Zach Grammary didn't pull the trigger. I see the defense understands the meaning of this. The victim's diary does not go on, it ends.
It technically would have gone on if someone hadn't ripped the page up,
Because Magnifi's life was brought to the end by the defendant, Zach Grammary.
So, a little refresher from last week. Do you remember how we started this trip down memory lane? There was a man who we were defending a girl with blue hair. She reminded you of what's her name?
Yeah.
Then talk of forgeries came up.
Mm-hmm.
And Prosecutor Gavin started freaking out over something.
Are you certain that Magnific Grammary wrote this?
There's no mistaking his handwriting.
Well, this does seem to be significant. According to this, Magnific did intend to continue his diary. Yet if his diary ended here, which plainly it did,
So no one would have pulled the trigger. It was the first visitor, Zach Grammary. Well, how do you like me now, eh, right? Still too green for your tastes, hmm?
well, he's right about the diary being pretty clear. Still, I find it hard to believe that he'd overlook such an obvious problem with this precious evidence. Well, Mr. Wright, the witness's testimony we heard was lacking, but put together with this evidence, it seems quite significant and sufficient for a case. The diary is accepted like this, the trial's over. Maybe it's time for me to show them something.
I don't. Every time I get to this part of the game, I hate doing this.
I'm left with no choice but to show my own evidence. What? You have some evidence that overturns this diary?
It's not too late to resink and avoid more embarrassment. Very well, please show us your evidence, Mr. Wright. Incidentally, don't even think of showing us the diary I've just shown to the court. Now that we've come this far, I hope you have something a little more decisive. Show us evidence that proves the victim continued writing in his diary. All right, I'd be happy to. The decisive evidence proving that the diary didn't end with this page is...
I don't like doing this, dude.
Do it. First, take a close look at this diary. Note the last page has clearly been ripped out. What's this? I hadn't noticed that at all. That's why we're still here talking about this. As it just so happens, I have here what I believe to be the missing page. Alika, I don't believe it! Looking at this page, it's hard to imagine that the first visitor that night shot Magnifi Grammary. That's the defense's position. Wait, let me see that. What in the Sam Hill? Why, this is the continuation of the victim's diary. Note the torn edge of the page. It's a perfect match with the torn remains of the last page in Magnifi's diary. Quite remarkable. Would you care to explain what all this means here, attorney? Diary continued after his first visitor came, which means that the victim was still alive after Zach Grammary left, leaving no one to take his life but the second visitor. Valent Grammary. No. No! The handwriting, too, matches that on the other pages. This is without a doubt the genuine article. Yes, they did in fact use the same font. Order! Order! But wait, that's impossible! That old man couldn't have written that. Oh. Finally. You just couldn't resist, could you, Wright? Resist what? Presenting solid evidence? Judge? Yes, Prosecutor Gavin? Might I request we put the current cross-examination on hold? The prosecution would like to call a new witness. But, Prosecutor Gavin, this evidence overturns the current witnesses. I ask only to put it on hold. Please, my new witness has a very, very important piece of testimony to give. 5 minutes. No more. I promise, Your Honor. Well, if you put it that way, Mr. Wright, what's your take on this? Well, Your Honor, just judging from his enthusiasm, we'll have to hear this new testimony sooner or later anyways. So it might as well be sooner. Then, though this is highly, highly irregular, we'll put the current cross-examination on hold. The witness may step down. Now, Prosecutor Gavin, please bring this surprise witness to the courtroom. I had a bad feeling just then. That ripped out page was too obvious. He must have known. And I should have known it was a bad sign all around. Holding trial with no audience is a first, even for me, Prosecutor Gavin. I beg the court's understanding. But I had to make a judiciary deal with the witness to secure his testimony. A judiciary deal? The details of his testimony may have some legal ramifications, shall we say. I thought it best to contain the information in this room.
Very well. And you are the witness, I gather.
Huh?
Oh, yeah. Okay. I mean, if you
I'll-
want to talk,
I'm gonna
I'm
give
not
you
gonna
a
stop.
little bit of a break.
Well, yeah, but by all means. I thought you said I'd have
Yes.
to do everything. All right, Jesus.
Yes, sir.
State your name and occupation for the record.
Well, my name's Drew Misham. I'm a painter.
A painter, and you are somehow related to this case.
No, well, not per se.
I have one simple question for the witness. Mr. Mission Fawcett, do you know what this is?
Oh, yeah. I know it well.
How's that possible? Have you seen this diary page somewhere before?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I made it.
You what? You made it?
Yes, you might call it one of my works.
The prosecutor's office received a tip-off yesterday. Illegal evidence has been prepared for the trial of Zach Gramery.
Illegal evidence.
I initiated the investigation and found the witness. A painter to the world at large, Drew Misham of another side, you might say. He's a skilled individual at making perfect reproductions of certain things. Forgeries, in other words.
Forgeries? Well, so we're to understand that this
Page here is a fake, prepared by a certain defense attorney.
Hold it! I didn't prepare this evidence!
The attorney speaks. Something about this page, I presume, but why is he saying it makes no sense? After all, it was you who presented this evidence to us, Phoenix Wright.
Witness. There, Mr. Misham, was it? Who requested this forgery? Was it your client?
That... I don't know.
What?
Most of my clients prefer to remain anonymous, even to me. Make items that they want and receive my payment. That's the extent of my contact with them.
But there's no proof this is a fake.
It's a fake.
Huh?
To avoid just sort of problem, I always put a special mark on my works. I can say without a doubt, this is mine.
Mr. Wright? You just presented illegal evidence to this court. My court.
It was careless of me. That's all I can say.
Oh, old boy. Here.
What's this?
I don't know. I just got it over there in the hall. They told me to give it to the old boy in the blue suit with the spiky hair. They said it was really important.
It was all a trap, a fatal trap.
Mr. Wright?
Yes.
Do you have an explanation for yourself?
If I did, would the court hear it?
Probably not. Forging evidence is a serious crime, and presenting it in court a serious mistake. A fatal mistake for an attorney.
Fatal too, perhaps, for your client, I fear. Tell me, what kind of defendant relies on forged evidence? The answer is quite clear. A guilty one. Your Honor, wait. I understand that presenting forged evidence in court is a serious crime, but you cannot hold my client responsible for actions I undertook as an individual. I am sorry, Mr. Wright. Your Honor? And that's a close call, I dare say. If the prosecutor's office hadn't received that hot tip, everything would have gone the way you wanted it to, yeah? I even gave you a chance. Too bad you decided not to sing before embarrassing yourself. I see no need for further discussion of this matter. Special witness dismissed.
How many prosecutors have done this and gotten off scot-free? That's how this law system works and how corrupt it is. And that is kind of the whole point of this.
Yep.
Mr. Attorney,
Yes.
could I ask your name?
How about John Wright, go fuck yourself? I mean, Phoenix Wright.
Mr. Wright. I have seen and studied many people, but none like you. I'll remember you, Mr. Wright.
Wonderful. Hopefully you don't remember my fucking handwriting. Though I deeply regret having to declare a verdict in this way. This trial is over. You have the right to find a new attorney and to make an appeal. However, this court must...
Your Honor.
Yes, Mr. Zack?
There is one thing I wish to make clear. Today, this courtroom, you cannot declare me guilty. It is impossible.
I'm afraid the defendant is quite mistaken. I most certainly have the authority to declare a guilty verdict on you.
Except, tell me, how do you plan on announcing your verdict when your defendant does not exist?
Doesn't exist? What are you talking about?
I am talking about this!
Mr. Enigma? The defendant escaped! Find him quickly! Bailiff, close all exits from the building. On the double, he must not be allowed to escape! That day, in that courtroom, a miracle occurred. The defendant, Shaddy Enigma, aka Zach Gramery, did not just escape from court. He literally, unbelievably, vanished. Right before the bailiff's eyes. No one ever saw him again. Not since that day.
This is the Gramery miracle! Ah! Ha, 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 ha.
No verdict was declared. After all, the defendant didn't exist. That's how it happened. The trial of the magician Zach Gramery vanished along with him for all eternity. The mysteries that remained behind were all solved, however. But not until 7 years later.
Dun dun dun.
So yeah, that's the story of how Phoenix lost his attorney's badge.
Give me that, you little wiener. And I am not reading another line of text for the rest of the night. That trial 7 years ago was the beginning of it all. Well, apparently I have no commitment to my own words, sorry. This I know beyond a doubt.
So, just in case you forgot the name of this game, it's Apollo Justice Ace Attorney, but nope, Apollo's not back yet.
You're shitting me.
Nope.
Hey Zippy, what's up? Oh, thanks, Zippy.
The mysteries of the past work their magic on the present. But you'll soon be finding all of this out for yourself. Which of Magnifique Gramarye's disciples pulled that trigger? Where did the vanishing defendant Zach Gramarye go? What dark truth lies behind that forged diary page? What about that girl who was left behind that I clearly adopted? The fuck?
Welcome to the Mason system.
What is this shit? Past left us these 4 keys to unlocking the truth. That's not all. There are 4 keys in the present as well. What is this fucking actual gameplay instead of just reading bullshit? And when all the questions have found their answers, the final trial will begin. But first, you must chase the truth through then and now. Think of it as a game. Maybe it'll even be fun.
Danny explained to the audience why it's called the Mason system. I have no fucking idea.
I don't know, man. This game's fucking weird. I, Phoenix Wright, will be your guide through this game. That terrible trial saw me present forged evidence. It ended half-finished when the defendant vanished. What became of me after that? Well, as your investigation proceeds, the answers will become clear. Oh, and one more thing. There is something I have to tell you. As Apollo Justice has his bracelet, so too do I have my own weapon of sorts. My Magatama. What does it do, you ask? Play the other 3 games to find out, you fucking half-assed loser douchebag. You think you call yourself a fan, you fucking stupid faker. You found this thing on sale on Steam and were like, oh, I'll play the new games, not the old ones. Those are from fucking boomers. You eat my ass. No. Shall we begin?
Ain't no way this thing is called the Mason system because they named it after Perry Mason. Ain't no way. Holy shit. It actually...
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Let's begin 7 years ago, in the past. It's right after my last trial came to an abrupt end. Now that you know the game, let's play.
So yeah, they have time travel now.
Wouldn't be a BFG game if we didn't have fucking time travel in it.
Right. Because you're literally building your case here. Ah, Mason. Because you're like, also that. They're clever.
The nightmare trial was over. And the new nightmare of figuring out what happened had just begun. I wanted to wake up, to walk away. But I figured I'm the only one who could do this, probably. Besides, I had plenty of time. Thanks to the Bar Association Review Board's decision. It's hard to work when your attorney's badge has been taken away.
This series is stupid. I love it.
Ooh, morning, Daddy.
I'm so glad you came.
You okay, Daddy? Are they picking on you?
I am fine, as always. This old boy is here to help me, after all.
That's young man to you. Good morning. That's a cute outfit you have on.
Thanks. My first show is today, after all.
Two weeks had passed since then. I called her into my office. Trucy, there's something we need to talk about. Oh wait, I have to use not old Phoenix voice. It's been 2 weeks since your father disappeared. we need to start thinking about, your future. I did some calling around. This is hard to say, but you have no living relatives. So I was wondering if you wanted to stay with me for a while. Just until your daddy comes home. It won't be long. I hope. Of course, it's totally your choice. If you don't like it here, you can go wherever you like. I could look up some places that you might want to stay at. God, this is so weird.
Mr. Attorney? Daddy told me about you. He said I could trust you.
Huh? Really?
So, if I stay here, does that mean you'll be my family?
Huh? I mean, you do basically just look like a palette swap of another little girl that I kind of took care of, so I guess so. This is getting weirder.
Why does she look exactly like Pearl though? Like,
I think it's
they
just the
only know how
same
to
face
draw-
syndrome
do they
sort
just-
of thing.
yeah, they don't know how to draw a different looking girl. It's just like, yeah, it's just flip her hair horizontally. It's good.
Mr. Attorney?
Actually, why don't you call me Nick? Or you can call me Daddy if you'd like. It doesn't have to be today or anything.
Okay, say Daddy.
That was quick and uncomfortable. Yes.
If I move here, I have to switch schools, right? And I was thinking, I haven't paid for lunches at my last school for a year. So, thanks, Daddy. Oh, and this office, it's a little blah. I mean, a little color goes a long way, you know? Oh, and Daddy, you got fired from work, right? Don't you worry one bit. I'll work twice as hard. We'll make it through this.
Trucy, how old are you?
Oh, I'm 8. But don't let appearances deceive you. I'm a young professional. Stick with me and you'll do just fine, Daddy.
Thanks. Why does it feel like she's already in charge?
It is so hard to say no to a kid that is that enthusiastic. Same age as Pearl when she got taken in. Yep. Say,
Same, yeah. Oh, yeah. No. Same age, same face, same haircut, same hair color.
So, Daddy,
It just flipped horizontally, literally.
you got fired from being a lawyer, right?
I sent you a picture, Danny, just so you can verify it to the audience that they are the exact same person. Although Pearl is looking down in this. Well, Pearl's looking down in that picture.
no, that's her neutral pose though. Like,
Yeah, where her neutral pose. She's looking down.
okay, I'll
Because you
put
can
this
tell
on.
because of the way the eye level, eye, nose, and mouth are in orientation to the rest of the head. She's supposed to be looking down.
I don't know. I feel like this is. I don't know. I feel like there's enough differences going on here.
I don't. Despite the fact that she is looking down, if you were to scooch her eyes, nose, and mouth up into place, that's Pearl.
But like, Trucy's hair, like on the one side, it curls a lot more up.
I know. They slightly curled her hair and flipped it horizontally.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Trucy's eyes look a little bit. Also, Trucy's eye shine, it looks like it's like an actual diamond. Whereas Pearl's eye
instead
shine
of it being
is more subtle.
Well, yeah. I'm not saying like they've got about the same fucking design.
Yeah.
If you want to sit there and fucking bitch and badger about micro details, then yeah, obviously they're gonna look a little different, but that's two cases of these guys look weirdly similar. That's uncomfortable. First Squall Leonhardt's haircut, and now Pearl. You could at least kind of look aside or something when you say that. It's actually kind of hard for me, for Daddy.
Oh, I'm sorry, Daddy. Wait, is that foolish pride? My other daddy always used to talk about that.
Actually, that's pretty accurate.
So here's my idea. We'll make a new office. law just seems so stiff, doesn't it? And no one will be my friend at school that way.
Well, that won't do, I guess. I'm going to go broke. I just don't know how much. I don't know much, really anything other than law. Or even much about law, if you were to ask some people.
Maybe the problem is calling it an office. We should run an agency instead.
You mean like a talent agency? Forgive me for asking, but doesn't that require talent?
You've got me, don't you? I'm a professional.
You are 8.
Yup. But, you know, I am directly descended from the famous Zach Gramarye.
Directly descended. He's your father.
Oh, and now I'm directly descended from the famous Phoenix Wright too.
I think an 8-year-old just massaged my I don't want to hear you saying about getting a massage from an 8-year-old in any way, Phoenix. Do I have to call the fucking proper authorities again?
Phrasing,
Fucking
Phoenix.
god damn it, Phoenix. I just got a massage from an 8-year-old. Stop! Go directly to jail! You just lost your attorney's badge. You have nothing covering your ass. Ugh. Could you tell me a bit more about your father, or daddy, Zach Gramarye?
Daddy? Sure thing, Daddy.
There's too much Daniel Bandicoot saying daddy towards me in this stream!
Daddy's so amazing. The biggest star of Troop Gramarye, and they're big.
The Gramaryes, they were on television a lot. Haven't seen them on much recently, come to think of it.
Big magic happens when you put Zach and Val Gramarye together, you know? Once they made a giant waterfall right there on the stage, and this giant trout swam up the giant waterfall.
Let me guess. There was a giant fisherman waiting for him at the top.
I wish I could have seen more of Daddy's magic.
Ugh, I shouldn't have brought it up so soon.
I wonder what'll happen to me with Daddy and Mommy both gone.
Oh, Mommy? Yeah, what about Mommy? I haven't heard anything about Trucy's mother. Was she just spontaneously created?
But I have my magic, and a great daddy, even if he is unemployed.
You know.
You know, I think things are gonna be okay.
Oh, she'll talk about her mother. You ever notice how kids have the ability to just like assassinate you?
Yeah, like
With zero effort.
She is like up and down and up and down. Like I.
Wow,
like,
you're my new daddy. Too bad you're a fucking loser, daddy. You jobless piece of shit, daddy. I love you, daddy. You're such a fucking hobo, daddy. Are we gonna be on the street, daddy? Don't worry, we'll remodel the agency, daddy. I can do all the work for you, daddy. You useless sack of fucking shit, daddy.
Thanks. Thanks, Jersey. Phoenix Wright's ego just sitting there being like, fucking collapsing
fucking
to the
like,
ground.
for
in a
like trying to
goddamn pile.
grab for the rope, like at the edge of the ring. Like, come on, let me out.
Yeah. He's just sitting there on his ego's sitting there on the ropes, like sweat bleeding down. It's like, caught me, Mac! Fucking just absolutely destroyed.
Trucy, can you get Daddy's happy pills, please?
Trucy, Daddy's gonna need a lot of them.
Oh, God.
So, Trucy, you're a professional.
Yes, it's like that thing they say. Baby frogs grow up to be frogs.
Who the fuck says that?
Well, I always thought it was funny, though.
What was...
Aren't baby frogs called tadpoles? Maybe they thought it would be easier to understand that way for kids. How stupid.
Hold on. Right, so in conclusion, you're a professional magician, Trucy.
That's right. Well, wanna see a trick?
You're gonna do a magic trick?
Actually, I'd like to see your trick. Future of the agency depends on it, after all.
That's the spirit. Ready? Here goes. Ta-da!
Oh, hi, folks. It's Mr. Hat. I've gotta say, it's good to be seen.
Yeah! Well, that was startling.
The amazing Mr. Hat. Isn't he great?
Your friendly neighborhood, Mr. Hat, at your service.
My favorite part of it is seeing her eyes like look to the side as she's like doing the ventriloquism for him.
He certainly makes an impression.
Doesn't he? I'm so glad you like him, Daddy.
Though my routines do get a bit heady at times. Get it? Heady?
My friendly neighborhood Mr. Hat nearly gave me a heart attack. How is the amazing Mr. Hat is going to go? Okay.
Pay attention to her cloak when Mr. Hat's up. Yeah, that's her like arm moving to like make his lip flap. It's super cute.
Could you tell me about your mommy, if it's okay?
Mommy was so pretty. She was like an angel up on stage.
On stage? You mean with your daddy?
Yep. She was always there with Zach and Valance, smiling. But then she went away.
Went away?
It was a grand illusion, but he made a mistake. She
Did she go out
vanished,
for
and
Oh,
guess she didn't know how to get back.
she went out for cigarettes, huh? Got it. Damn.
I cried then. A lot. That's when Daddy gave me this. Here.
This is your mother? God, she's beautiful.
Her name's Thalassa. Thalassa Grammary.
So, water? Poor girl, I didn't know her mommy had gone missing. Now her daddy's vanished too, right before her eyes.
Hey, Daddy. You won't.
Don't worry, I won't vanish, I promise.
Right. You can't even do magic. You're like a backup plan. Daddy always said to have backup plan.
I guess I rate as a backup plan. Well, I think that's probably enough for today. Sorry to ask you so much all at once like that.
It's okay. After all, we're family. I just hope you're ready. The Right Talent Agency opens tomorrow.
What? We're representing anyone!
Me and you. That makes two, Daddy.
I think you need more than that to make an agency. Besides, you may be a magician, but I'm no talent.
Oh, I'm sure there's something you're good at.
Well, when you put it that way.
You mean you don't have any tricks? No old standbys? Ugh, this will not do. A boy should always have a trick or two in his pocket.
Okay, I'll think of something.
That's the spirit. See you bright and early tomorrow, Daddy.
Welcome to the team, Daddy-o.
The team? Right. Sometimes when magicians vanish, they leave something behind. And that's how Trucy became Trucy Wright, my daughter. To be honest, it was pretty lost in those first few days. Thinking back on it, it was a pretty dark time in my life. But Trucy, happy, smiling Trucy, She was my light.
Yay.
Interesting that you picked that one first.
I may or may not be following the walkthrough because this is technically an investigation segment. Like I said, I'm doing it for the investigation segments.
Right. No, that's fine. That's fine.
All right.
Weird that they do it in that order.
It is very weird.
Didn't think I'd be back here for a while. I don't want to have to remember that day.
Yeah, we just saw this. We just saw this.
Yeah.
We just saw this. Whoosh. There he goes. Never to be seen again. I think we'll do one more of the investigation parts of this. And then we'll leave the finale for next week. Might have to come up with something to do after the finale next week. I don't know. We'll see how the time is. I'll have some backup plans. Just like Phoenix Wright.
When I came here on that fateful morning, I still had my badge, but now... Fuck. Like an amputated limb, I can still feel it itching. Where do I start? I don't even have the authority to investigate anything.
Hey! You there! Sir! Down on the hands! Floor on your head! Now!
Oh, what's the big idea of my ears?
No unauthorized personnel aren't allowed in here.
But that would mean all unauthorized personnel are allowed in here.
I just say it like it is, sir. And it's usually wrong. Thrown out of the precinct, lost my friends, my girl, and even my wallet.
We've met before, haven't we? On a case 2 years ago?
No recollection of that, sir!
They absolutely did. It was the SL9.
Oh,
it was
God.
Yeah, it was that case, the same one that Emma debuted in.
Ah. Huh.
For me, working on a case is always in the present progressive tense, sir. There is no past. There is only now, sir.
Oh, okay. You're the bailiff, right?
Yes, sir. Court bailiff Mike Meekins at your service, sir.
I'm asked to meet with a bailiff in this court who let the magician escape.
Let me try to make this absolutely clear as possible for you, sir. It was me, sir!
But you were a regular police officer once, right?
Sometimes bad things happen to good people, sir.
I love that he's got a fucking one of those Japanese gift things in his hands for some reason. That or he's looking at his ID. Is that his ID he's looking at?
I forget if that. I actually don't know. I think that I think that is his. I mean, it's tied to him.
Is
Maybe
is he turning his? Wait, is he turning his ID around? Hold on. Something tells me it's a long story. Let's not go there. So you were in charge of security at the time of the vanishing?
I'm dying over here! Oh, it's a hard knock life, sir. Thrown out of the precinct. Lost my friends, my girl, even my wallet.
Guess I wasn't the only victim.
Also, Unlucky, thank you for the gift sub. Very sweet of you.
No, thanks, dude.
Which, by the way, little preview for y'all. You guys might be, you guys will be having a couple new emotes here soon, before end of the month, for all our tier 1 subscribers. And they're animated, very pretty too.
Mm-hmm. The last time we met you, you were a police officer, right?
Also, that's
In
not
fact,
his
you're-
ID. That's something else.
That's yeah, it's a charm. He's wearing a charm. And in fact, you're still wearing your uniform.
Sir, I wish I didn't have to tell you this, but last year tragedy struck a rising star at the precinct. I lost my case files 4 times in 3 days. They fired me.
That takes real talent, actually. They don't know what they're missing.
So here I am, sir, forced to start from square one, a lowly bailiff.
But your uniform.
I took it with me as a souvenir the day I was fired.
That can't be legal. So you were the one who let the magician get away that day.
I'm dying over here. A star rises among the court bailiffs full of hope. Then tragedy strikes.
Is there anything you can tell me about it? About Zach Gramarye's disappearance?
Oh, the humanity!
That's enough of that.
Why, yes, I'd say it was around 2 p.m. when I heard a commotion in court. I opened the door to see what might be amiss. The door slams open, slam! And some guy's face is right there in front of me. Face!
So you saw someone suspicious coming your way.
Yes, and I, being a bailiff of little standing, I gave chase. I chased that silk hat all the way down the hall, sir.
I have a diagram of the court building here.
Aha! There's courtroom number 7. That's where I was, sir. All by myself, nary a friend to call my own.
Okay, and which way did Zach Gramarye run after bursting through the courtroom door?
He went up, like this, and around the corner, like that. So I, with no delay, ran after him with no delay. When I turned the corner, I saw that magic man run into the defendant lobby. Swiftly I ran. Following him, I threw myself boldly into the room. Why, I remember it like it was right here. Because it was. Lobby number 2, sir.
You ran into this room. I don't see any place to hide in here.
Believe it or not, sir, I didn't believe it. Here, in this room, the magician, gone, vanished like a puff of smoke. Except there wasn't even any smoke. He was just gone.
That's impossible.
Yes, that word. Oh, how many times have I said that word? Even the sound of it causes me indescribable pain. I'm dying. I'm dying over here.
Okay, I won't say it again, I promise. But you have to admit it's difficult to vanish into thin air. Did you search the lobby?
I searched.
And then why the pause?
There was nothing here at all, sir. That's right, nothing was here, sir.
How can he talk so loud and still be hiding something? So Zach was in this room when he vanished.
Absolutely, sir. I saw him with my own eyes. That red silk hat, that flowing cape. He ran right in here, right inside this room.
Silk hat, cape, that's Zach, all right.
But, sir, look at the room. There's not a single place to hide. Sir, there was nothing I could do, but nothing, sir.
What about now? Have any ideas?
Sir? Ideas about what exactly, sir, if you don't mind me asking?
Had quite a bit of time since then. Has nothing occurred to you at all? You have any idea what trick he might have used to disappear like that? Cyclops. I should have known they'd bring this mechanic back. My Magatama, one of my most prized possessions, which I got during a certain case. It can show me the locks on people's hearts.
And this Force tutorial will allow me to unlock their hearts and get information that Apollo could have just gotten normally. They'll tell me their secrets. The Magatama starts it all, and the Magatama ends it.
Except instead of presenting, it's a button now. They felt real proud of that one, I think.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Mr. Meekins. What do you know? Spit it out.
Hey, what's with the atmosphere in here all of a sudden?
You know something, and I'm gonna find out what. Zach Gramarye vanished from this room. How'd he do it?
How, sir? Well, sir, I can't say as... sir!
Why are you so nervous if you aren't hiding something?
Well, sir, you see, at the time, sir, I was here and listen! It was impossible! What could such a little girl possibly do anyway?
God, why do you have such a Wendy old bag about you? What did you just say?
Sir, did I just say something, sir?
No, you screamed it through a megaphone in your side. There was something else in that room. What was there?
Sir, I'm gonna have to invoke my right to remain in a state of not talking.
It's okay, Meekins. You don't have to tell me who Zach's accomplice was.
Also, back in the past, at the age of 15, a Greenhorn defense attorney I happened to meet. I call him Apollo. I'm
I
hoping...
call him Apollo? What the fuck is his real name then?
Christoph Gavin. And also, they put the ages here, but, like, Phoenix definitely did not meet Apollo at this point. Apollo did not become an attorney at the age of 15. He was 22. So we got Zach, we got Trucy, we got Valent, we got Drew, Magnifi, Thalassa, and
Got to have a mustache that out of control that it just looks like he's got aggressive nose hairs, like they're just erupting from his nose and then turning into sideburns. It's like it literally looks like his nose hairs have gone out of control.
he knows the secret art of the fist of the nose hair. He's Bobo's grandfather.
I wish I didn't. I wish that.
Yay! Stonewall! Welcome to the chat, and also my dude.
What?
So a first time chatting and also knows Bobo. Fucking love it.
Oh, there you go. Oh no, you
Sir,
said my dude. It made me think that you actually knew the guy.
I've never seen that girl until just the other day.
I want to let you know something, Dandy.
Yeah.
We have 666 followers.
Bum bum bum.
That is the most metal number of followers.
Fucking love it.
I can't wait until the moment where we have an extra 6 or 2 at the end of that.
It's gonna be awesome.
All right, Mr. Meeseeks, I'm not buying it.
Sir!
Did he just cluck like a chicken?
That was his handcuff, like, getting caught.
Sir, that day, she was here in the room, sir, but he wasn't.
You mean you chased her into this room, not him?
Sir, in my days as a police officer, literally days, I learned a thing or two. Okay, just one thing, but it was how not to mistake a girl for a 7-foot-tall magician.
7 feet? Zach isn't that tall, is he? You have a point. Find it hard to imagine that anyone would mistake a little girl for Zach Gramarye. But you saw something. And therein lies the trick. I think you know what it was, Mr. Meekins. Tell me, does this trick look familiar?
What's that?
That girl's favorite trick, the amazing Mr. Hyatt. She uses it in her show down at Wonder Bar.
Have you been to the Wonder Bar?
So, it wasn't a waking dream, was it, sir?
Come again?
That night, on stage, I saw a vision. Except, it wasn't a vision. It was a hat. An amazing Mr. Hat! He really exists! I remember it clearly, though the details are a little vague. Zach Bramery exited the courtroom. I gave chase and cornered him in the corner room, sir. Zach Bramery! Don't even think you can escape Meekins! Down on your hands! Floor on your head! Hello? Something the matter, mister? No. That is, Sir, I'm currently chasing a suspect, sir. Zach Bramery, do you know him? Oh, I love Zach Bramery. His magic is the best. I'm his biggest fan. I see. That's why you're wearing that costume you're wearing. Anyway, that very same Zach came into this room. But no one's been in here except me. But he has to be in here, somewhere. Under the sofa, in the trash can, behind the painting, under the rug.
So, Trucy was his accomplice.
Imagine my
Oops,
astonished
my bad.
surprise when 1 week later, that's when he looked at me. I just happened to walk into a bar and see him.
Mr. Hat?
I couldn't believe my own eyes. For a while, I thought it had all been a long dream.
Dream that lasted a week?
But it wasn't the magician who disappeared. It was Mr. Hat.
Though it seems complex, what really happened that day was quite simple. You were standing by the door, and out came Zach. But that wasn't all. Another person got in on the act, and she was standing in front of lobby number 2. Along with Mr. Hat.
Ah, and that's the beauty of it, isn't it?
So, while you're standing in shock and amazement, the magician rounds the corner. And most likely runs through the closest door, lobby number 1. This is where you come in. You turn the corner in a rather lukewarm pursuit. And at that very moment, Trucy runs into lobby number 2. And then all she has to do is tuck away the amazing Mr. Hat.
Sir, I only lost sight of him for the briefest of moments. Then I saw that cape, Zach Bramery's red cape, fluttering like a cape. Astounding, sir! All my days of posing queries and making inquiries and chasing quarries, wasted. It was as if I could see them melting away like an ice cream cone left by the side of the road to die! Or the scattered remains of a messily eaten chocolate parfait!
Such sweet sorrows. I'm sorry. I had no idea how much you'd suffered on account of this case.
It's an honor, sir! I've apologized to people many, many times! Sometimes more than once. But this is the first time anyone's ever apologized to me!
Yeah, maybe you should be apologizing for the hearing loss I'm suffering. Actually, about that girl. I'm sort of her guardian now.
Is that so?
Yeah.
Sir! You should know that I harbor no ill feelings whatsoever in my harbor.
Okay.
I let the defendant escape. That's the stone cold truth. Just another step on my way from singing the blues to wearing the blues. Someday, sir, I'll be standing side by side with the great detective Guamshu!
Mr. Meekins? This is a free ticket to the show of the Wonder Bar. If you want.
It's an honor, sir! Sir, I can't count the number of things I've had taken from me, sir! but no one's ever given me anything for free! Right! I'll see you in court next time then, sir!
I look forward to it. All eyes were on Zach Bramery that day in court until his mysterious disappearance. Now part of the mystery has been revealed, but the magician remains out of sight. It'd be 7 years before I met him again. All right, I guess we're ready to go to the credits.
Next time, we go back to the Borscht Bowl Club,
Nice.
where the first case started. So, next time we wrap up this entire case and this entire game. So, let me go ahead and get these credits going. Oh, shit! God damn it, I knew I was forgetting. So, no one saw anything. None of you saw anything.
Nicely done, Daniel Bandicoot.
Nope.
Professional all the way.
No one saw anything. But before all of you, oh my god, that's awful. That's why are y'all like this? Why are
Great.
we have some
Great.
amazing fan art tonight?
Oh, no. Again, I'd like to thank you guys for the subs, for the cheers, for the follows. Makes a shit ton of a difference. We're on our way to 1,000 and getting closer every day, hopefully.
What in God's name, Ottman? This is
Oh, boy.
cursed. I do
Oh,
not
boy.
like what I'm seeing. This is
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
There's a comment made last time
Mm-hmm.
about a certain friend of ours only ever drawing inflation. So
Yeah.
he decided to draw deflation. And it is cursed as shit.
Okay. Thanks, Musty Huzzy. Hope you had fun on the stream.
Yeah, say thank you for joining us. It was nice having you, dude.
Yeah. Interesting.
I like the fucking wheeze that I'm doing though. That might be a reaction. That might be something that I actually turned into a reaction.
I mean, King did one of Azzy.
I know, I fucking love that one. It's so good. But then also, don't in case you were worried about you being the only cursed one tonight. Don't worry. I've also been cursed.
That's adorable.
Officer Dandicoot Meekins reporting for duty, sister!
Jesus Christ, that's
God,
adorable.
that man hurts me. Just shrink these down so we have room for the other things tonight. So those were by Ottman, by the way. Those are by Ottman. This next one is from, I think this is Deakus. Let me double check. Yeah, this is Deakus. Andy, where did you get? I didn't rob those Girl Scouts. Only have Thin Mints. They have an entire fucking wagon of Thin Mints.
Yeah.
The fucking implication that I would steal them. No, I would just buy them out. I would buy out all of those Thin Mints. I have no self-control when it comes to those. This is my first stream, you guys. Looking forward to more. That's awesome, dude. Thank you. We do also, as you can see, we do also have our VODs up on YouTube. In case you want to catch any of this stuff that you missed.
We're also making a lot of shorts of some of the highlights of our streams, and those are pretty fucking gas leaky.
Yeah, thank you to Lupus for that. Speaking of thanks, this last piece of art I'm about to share is from Jam Hyena. Thank you for this. Everyone is so mean to me.
That's pretty normal. That looks pretty normal, honestly.
I just love this fucking team. So caked up. So fucking picked up. Oh god. Oh my god. Just all this is cursed. Y'all, I love the fan art we get. Do not get me wrong. God, y'all are cursed.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Ice. You got anyone for us to raid tonight?
Beef McCat, BEFMCCAT. He's doing No Man's Sky.
Oh, it's a Navra, right?
Yeah.
Beef McCat. All right, let me get that raid set up. But yeah, so thank you everyone for coming out tonight and being the awesome people that you are. Thank you for all the follows, gift subs. Hello to all the new people. Love having you here. We'll send you on over to Navra/Beef McCat for some more shenanigans if you guys want to stay up for that. But yeah, any last minute things you want to say to good people before we send them on their way, Ice?
No, I just want you guys to have yourselves a fun evening, and as always, please never forget, drive safely.